from an office to the house. So we have incentivized it with policies like, we have given them $600 extra in such a way that, they live within a certain boundary, like within the Facebook headquarters, if they live in, they'll be given extra 600 rupees, extra $6,000. Sorry. Now, and another thing is that, every employee is also given an extra pay in the form of stock, precisely saying is RSUs. So what happens is that here, the employee is driven to work more to get, to get better outcomes, and also we have a competitive structure where, from a scale of average to best, you will be scaled and you will be given place. This can appear as a way, appear as, giving extra pressures, but we have etiquettes like no meeting Thursdays or longer weekends. So said, they get time for themselves or to just settle down and take care of their health. Now,
I'd like to ask the CEO of Facebook, because I have a question to the CEO of Facebook, because initially you said that Facebook basically works to protect the people, and CEO of Facebook, because I have a question, violating your company policies and contradicting these statements, because recently your company spokesperson acknowledged in an interview that there have been several issues that affected people's ability to share on the company's apps. There have been cases reported of disproportionate silencing of the Palestinian voice during the recent Israel-Palestine conflict. So if your company is adopting a policy towards the people, then how can you ensure a connectivity between the employees of your firm?
Okay, so first of all, let me address the question by Vaibhavi. Am I right? Okay, fine.
Amazon CEO.
Yeah. So can you repeat your question again? Just
no.
Could I
what
we also have a question? Yeah. We all have questions to ask for the other CEOs.
So the
I also have a question.
Last year, you guys launched an IPO for Ant Group, which was one of the most successful IPO. But due to the missing of Jack Ma and some recent controversies, the IPO got cancelled. How did your company handle the situation? It was a $3 billion IPO. So how did your company handle the situation?
See, the thing.
Can we ask a question to another CEO? Because
I was asking to Alibaba. Group is Alibaba's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Could you please repeat it?
Yeah. So IPO got launched last year, right?
Excuse me. You'll be given extra 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So Ant Group IPO was launched last year. It was heavily oversubscribed, around $3 trillion. But due to some political controversies, the IPO got cancelled. So how did your company handle the situation? And as you said, you have foreseen major issues. It has been some time since your founder, Jack Ma, has gone missing. How have you foreseen this? And your stocks had taken a tumble in the stock market. How have you handled this? And in the case of Facebook, I would like to ask the CEO, how did you incentivize all the employees? Was it feasibly possible? Has the revenue increased to that range? These are my two questions.
Yeah, okay. So about IPO, about Ant Group, which you said, we just were ensuring that our company's safety is always our priority. So we were just taking care of the fact that not another company comes over us and takes over from us. That was what we were ensuring in the case of Ant Group. And the second question, could you just give me just quickly?
Yeah, so Jack Ma has been gone missing for some time from usually the conference he attends every year. He hasn't been attempting it right now. So
okay, I hope you're aware that we are in the middle of a crisis. So it's not that he's actually gone hiding or anything.
But it already happened. The event has happened, and he hasn't skipped it any year from the time he founded Alibaba.
I think being the face of the company, I think that's what the CEO of Reliance is trying to imply. The CEO of the company he was the face and the face of the company. So without his presence, we feel
Yeah, okay. So it's even if he has missed it, he has made sure to send his representative there. The vice president was present for the event. Okay, I just want to bring that to your notice. And I have a question for Reliance CEO.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm telling you this was actually something that happened. And I have a question. You said that you were giving oxygen supply to the people of India. How is that connected with the with the health of your employees? I think we will hear. And I have one more question. Can I please complete? I have one more question for the CEO of Wipro. You said that you would be implementing online training. I think already we are so tired of online. We want to get a break from online, sitting in front of the computers throughout. So when you implement online training, how much effective do you think it's going to be? Like, it's just going to drain the people more, right?
Yes. So what my company, what I'm planning to do is, like, when we are giving a training, we are giving, that is, if we are having a team, then most probably the team lead can take the training or etc. So that everyone know each other, and when they are in an online platform also, they can be known to each other, and they can be interact with each other, and they can be include so many games or sessions or memory sharing sessions etc. So that every training will be fruitful, and it helps them to be stay more happy, stay more positive, stay more productive, I think. And I have a question for Alibaba. So you said that you are giving paid salaries for COVID patients as your employees. Suppose you imagine that a large group of employees of your company has got infected, and how do you think you would manage the profit and all these things together?
Personally, I think now is not the time to talk about hypothetical situations. I think there are already other questions in place.
So I would like to answer Alina's question. As you know, Reliance is present in every Alibaba's question. I'm sorry, in every part of India. So Delhi had the major oxygen shortage. So our employees' families were involved in this. This played a huge role in their mental health. And also, I would like to point out, we brought out a scheme in which we gave away 3 crore meals, which was the biggest corporate foundation taken by a corporate foundation in the world. So I hope this answers your question.
So basically, my question was, this is something that you've done for the country, right? It's not like you have done this specially for your employees.
Yeah,
right?
I said we had a partnership with Mental Oak just for our employees, and if we are doing it for a country, it is helping our employees as well. Reliance treats everyone as its own family. We don't have, we don't see a separation between our employees and our country. We treat everything as one. Thank you.
Okay, so I have a question for Amazon CEO. So since this,
the time's up. The time's up. Now we have come to the end of the first session of Shipwreck. Up next is the much-awaited stress interview. The CEOs will be called individually to interview. The interviewers are our judges. CEOs, please note that you are supposed to turn on your camera while attending the interview. So first up, we call...
Before that, excuse me, before we get into the interview, I just had a question to ask to all 8 of you. So what was the topic on which you people were doing a group discussion?
Mental health of our employees,
mental
health and creativity, how to balance.
And of all the 10 minutes given, how much time was spent on that topic? And also, do you think CEOs, you are representing CEOs, you are coming here as CEOs, not as journalists. So I don't understand what was the need for a cross-examination of what the other companies are doing. I don't know if other judges could add to this.
I think you've just lost the way because you just kept on asking questions to each other. Where was the discussion? What about your employees? Do any of you care about your employees? Think of it that way.
Yeah, I think we have mentioned during the first 1 minute what our employees did, what we did for our employees, like what all the companies.
I have written down exactly what you've spoken.
Shreya, are you speaking? I think your mic is on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah. So first of all, you need to understand that you are CEOs and not individuals. So you need to represent your company. And when you're discussing about what can be done in the pandemic scenario, it's not fighting each other. I think you need to stick to the topic that's given to you. Anyway, we'll go when we come one-on-one.
Can we continue with to the next session?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So for the stress interview, first we call upon the CEO of ITC. All other CEOs are supposed to leave the meeting.
You could notify us when we're good to go.
Yes, sir. We'll be notifying you, sir. We'll be notifying.
So you can start the interview.
Okay, so Edwin, I observed that you were asking something related to the working hours, I guess, about Amazon, right?
Yes, sir. Working conditions.
How is that your business?
No, sir. I just wanted to know because this was a situation that was very prominent at that point of time. Like she mentioned, it was back in 2019. So I want to know how they tackled it because I think it's a part of how they treat their employees, and that gives a general perspective about how Amazon as a company treats its employees. And if that's something
that's what I'm asking. Like, how is that your concern?
So Amazon is a large multinational corporation. ITC, even though being a large company in India in itself, we look up to companies like Amazon with such huge capabilities. And we would like to know more about how companies like Amazon tackle such situations, just so that we can improve our systems as well.
So Edwin, tell me one thing that you've learned from Amazon, which you have implemented in ITC.
All right. No, sir. I was actually looking for answers from the CEO of Amazon, to be honest.
Okay, because so you've not found any best practices from a company which is basically a global giant, probably the top three company, one of the top three companies in the world. You've not found a single thing that you could implement in ITC. You're the CEO of ITC, right?
Yes, sir.
So you've not found a single one.
So during the course of the discussion, no, sir. But I'm someone who is impressed.
What was my question? What was my question, Edwin?
So your question was if I learned something from Amazon, the way they treat their employees, or from...
Did I tell you it was during the 1 minute GD that you had or 10 minute GD that you had?
So to answer...
Was it part of the question? Questions? No, what was my question? And was it a part of my question?
If ITC as a company has learned anything from...
and what was your answer? What was your answer? You've not learned anything, right?
No, sir. To be honest,
are you going to change the answer now?
No, sir.
So you've not learned anything?
Until now, no, sir.
So until now, that's what I said. So Amazon being a top 3 company in the world, a global company, and ITC have not learned anything from Amazon. As the CEO of ITC, you have not learned anything from Amazon which you could implement in ITC, right? Are we clear on this, right?
Yes.
No. Okay, good.
And
So what are you
Edwin,
doing?
if I'm I don't know. Go on, please go.
No, please.
So
Please go.
Edwin, so what do you think is the most important product in your portfolio, ITC?
So we are a 110-year
I just asked,
old company.
give me the answer to the question I asked. What is the most important product in your portfolio?
So everything in our portfolio has equal weightage is what I would say. So
what is the most important product? As a CEO, what do you expected?
In terms of revenue, if you say what is the product that makes most of your revenue?
To be honest,
please don't go.
What does ITC stands for? Can you expand ITC?
Yes, sir. It was called Imperial Tobacco Company. Now it's called Indian Tobacco Company.
Yeah, so that lies your answer. So I wasn't expecting a CEO of ITC to not know that tobacco and tobacco-related products.
I understand our cigarette sales stand for 41%.
Then why were you hesitant to answer that? It should.
You have to search Google, man.
No, sir. I've got nothing you have to search for. No, so just to clarify your question. So we are a company that was predominantly focused only on cigarettes, but in the last 10 years, we have focused on.
I didn't ask that. Hey, why are you being defensive? Why are you being defensive? It's okay to sell cigarette. And if you do not know that, the fact is that because ITC have brought down the production level of cigarettes, there have been a lot of black market. So actually, you're not doing you're not doing a disfavor by reducing your tobacco sales, because if not you, someone else will be doing, and that would be in black market, and that wouldn't actually contribute as a tax. Because if I'm not very sure of the statistics, but around 20% of the tobacco sales happening is only in the form of cigarette. But cigarette is the most taxed item. So in that way, you are adding to the exchequer by selling cigarette. And coming to that point, what do you think is the most important problem in terms of tobacco industry as far as human resources is concerned?
Human resource, okay.
As mean like the employees making tobacco are concerned. I'll make it more clear.
From the agricultural point of view, we need tobacco to make tobacco-based products, right? So our primary issue would be, since you asked for the problem, would be the growth of the manufacturing of related products. So for that, we need a collaboration with farmers. We need collaboration.
So that is there for any product. That's a raw material supply chain issue. Anything specific to this industry which you find is a problem?
One major problem is the sale of, like you mentioned, it's the sale of cigarettes in the black market, or the illegal sale of cigarettes.
that is related to the marketing department. I said as far as the employees who are engaged in the manufacturing of tobacco are concerned, what is the most specific problem?
I'm not sure, sir, how to answer that.
Okay, so it is seasonality. It is seasonality because tobacco grows only in a particular season, which means that all the manufacturing can be done only for that like a period of 3 months, which means that the employees who are engaged in that are jobless for the rest of the month, which is again creating a problem because you can't pay for them for the rest of the month, but at the same time they would go to some other job which pays them more. So how do you think that can be tackled?
Yes, sir. So ITC doesn't sell just cigarettes, right? So we have FMCG goods as well. So from attas to normal, consumer goods, let's say biscuits or anything of that sort that comes under the consumer goods category. So these 3 months go for the sole purpose of tobacco, for the growth of tobacco itself, and the rest will be allotted for the farming and related activities for our FMCG services and the raw material.
So you mean that? Do you have a basic understanding of the soil structure in India? Because tobacco and atta doesn't grow in the same place.
All right, no, sir. I wasn't making the comparison to atta and tobacco, to be honest.
No,
to give you an honest answer to that, I do not know regarding the soil structure and how tobacco grows and where atta grows.
Edwin, what is it that you know, man? You know nothing. Basically, you're the Jon Snow of the corporate world.
I smoke
You don't know anything about Amazon. You don't know anything about ITC. What are you doing here?
As a CEO, my responsibility.
How did you become a CEO, man? Tell me what qualities made ITC make you their CEO? What did you do? Who did you bribe?
No, sir. So I believe as the CEO, our sole responsibility is to run the company in a. I
know what a CEO is supposed to do. Oh, probably you also know what a CEO is supposed to do. What I'm asking is, how did you become the CEO, man? Who did you bribe? Be honest with us.
No, sir.
So how did you become, man? What qualities do you have that made you the CEO of this company?
So every CEO, I believe every CEO should know what products a company sells and what kind of industries that.
No, you don't know what products your company sells. I mean, there was a question very specifically about the products that you sell, and you did not have an answer for that. So you don't know about that. Okay. Secondly, what is the next quality that a CEO should possess that you don't have?
So I believe I've been running IT delegation, which shows that I am able to delegate work to my employees, and at the same time.
Obviously, you will have to delegate because clearly you do not have any other ability apart from the ability to delegate, probably.
And if I have to delegate, sir, I believe I have to be a good leader for the same, to inspire and create some sort of a reason for our employees to work.
Tell me how you are a good leader, man. Give me one example. Give me one example of your leadership qualities. What did you do as a leader?
All right, sir. Taking the last year into play, the pandemic situation. So as every company was doing everything that they can for their employees, even ITC, and as my personal point of view, we had given every employee of ours loans for their immediate families if they wanted funding for taking care of their families. Number one. Number two, every employee was covered under ourselves in case they had come across the COVID disease, and their healthcare needs were satisfied by the company itself. So that's something that was of primary importance at that point of time, and that's something that we have always focused on. And also,
you started this answer talking about how you should be aware of your products and how you're marketing and all that, your financial numbers, and you're ending the answer with employees. That you gave some facilities and insurance to your employees, which almost every other company has to do.
Your point. Without my employees, my company is nothing, and without the company, our products.
Obviously, without your employees, the company is nothing, because with you, your company is nothing. Right? I mean, I asked you a very specific question. What are the qualities that made you a good CEO? And you have no answer. Your qualities is that you have your employees, right? That is your answer.
So no company runs without employees, and unless a CEO has the capabilities, or including the leadership, or at the same time being able to communicate in an effective manner, there's no result formed, there's no byproduct from
Edwin is not listening.
Just a simple question. What is the price of a single Gold Flakes Navy Cut cigarette, which is one of your most sold products?
I believe it is 15 rupees. I'm not a cigarette smoker myself, so
you don't have to be. It doesn't say, again, people, being a smoker is not a criteria to get hired in ITC, if I am right.
No, sir.
So you don't have to know that. I mean, you don't have to smoke, but.
So I think it's 15 rupees. I think it's 15 rupees.
I think you have to check on that.
I will have to, sir. Sorry.
I do have a question for the CEO of ITC.
Yes, ma'am.
You know CSR, right?
Yes, ma'am. Corporate social responsibility.
So, as ITC, what has it done for India during the pandemic times, if you could illustrate?
All right. Even if not for the pandemic, okay, to be very specific to your question, during the pandemic itself, we had released 40 new products and such. We know how people are stuck at home and how the requirement for
my question is, the 40 new products for India, or is for your profit? I mean,
ma'am, to be very blunt, without our products, I think our products are something that drives people's day-to-day lives from morning to night. Our products are things that are required.
Have you released any sanitizer brand?
Yes, sir. We have Savlon under our brand itself, and Savlon is a disinfection. Is something similar to Dettol itself, and under that itself, and under Savlon itself, we have released disinfectors, sanitizers, and related healthcare products.
We have a Savlon hand sanitizer. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, sir, we do.
Okay.
Does ITC have a hotel chain?
Sorry, ma'am?
Does ITC have a hotel chain?
Yes, ma'am, we do.
So during pandemic, when there were no spaces for people, did ITC provide something?
To my knowledge, no, ma'am, but because we are a luxury hotel chain. We are a luxury hotel chain.
So because you are a luxury brand, you can't cater to the common man. I mean,
I think for the purpose of foreign travelers coming into India, we had provided resources and also living spaces through our hotels itself. And that was something that we did. And
so safety is also a luxury right now. That can be only given to foreign people and not to the common man.
Ma'am, I see no reason as to why the common man needs to live in a hotel exactly. Can you please rephrase your question, please? I wasn't able to.
So like hospitals were filled, and there were certain hotels who had been converted for living spaces.
All right. I'm not well aware of the steps that we have taken as ITC. I'm sure that we've done something.
I mean, when the CE is not aware, that raises serious questions. When the CE is not aware what is happening.
I've put full faith in my team and my employees, and we have 4 divisions. We work in the.
Do you share your salary with the employees? Because they seem to be doing all the job.
No, he's only for profits. I mean.
So,
okay, now that you're aware, tell me what steps would you initiate as the CEO?
All right. Since ma'am mentioned itself, the lack of hotel beds, the lack of hospital beds and the requirement for oxygen supply and related things like that. If our company, if our teams haven't done anything related to the same yet, I'll make it my first priority right after this to make sure that we make new spaces for people who are affected by this. Get out.
How are you going to make spaces? That's what we want to know. Be more specific with your commitments.
Sure. Okay. Due to the lack of foreigners or travel or the tourism industry lacking, our hotels are virtually, it's not as great as it was before. So we have lots of space in that matter. So like how ma'am
mentioned. You mean hotels, what do you mean by not as great as before? So you have not been maintaining it?
No, sir. Sorry. To rephrase my answer, our hotels have not been as engaging as before, or to say that our customers have reduced due to the pandemic.
I think engaging. So, like, suppose tomorrow I want to go to a ITC Grand Chola, so I would be expecting less receiving employees there because you were saying you're not engaged.
That was coming in. I was referring to the customers that were coming in due to the lack of due to the air restrictions, travel restrictions, and related things like that.
Occupancy is a word that people use. Even it's a layman term, not a very important jargon as such. Yeah.
I couldn't recollect at that point of time. I'm sorry.
So if ITC is making its hotels available, what is the biggest problem that you see while you have to implement this?
The biggest issue from a financial standpoint will be that we have to put our own resources into it. But I feel, like you mentioned, it's our corporate social responsibility to reach out to the people. And I believe that we have already done something, but I'm not able to give you a solid answer. But if we haven't, like I mentioned, that is something that we will deal with. And
so how many hotels are you going to open up for the public so that they can come and stay for free?
So depending on the city and the requirement, we'll open... depending on our capabilities, we'll be opening a minimum 1 to 2 hotels in every city if possible.
Do you have 1 to 2 hotels in every city?
No, sir. In the cities that we have our hotels in.
Do you know how much it takes to open a hotel? And you are opening 2 hotels in like every city. So,
and more importantly, why do you have to start a hotel to house people who are not having hospital beds? Start a hospital bed.
Sorry. I'm really sorry. I meant to open up our hotels that are already existing in the existing cities. That's what I meant. In the cities that are already where our hotels are placed, and depending on the density of or the requirement of beds or requirement of shelters, we'll be providing accordingly.
And have you done, any practices which would improve the employee creativity? Because that was one topic which you've not touched, and that is half part of the conversation.
So, to be honest, from the CEO's point of view, what we had suggested or what we suggested to our teams was that team building was one of the major processes here. So every team should be built efficiently and they should be able to function well even during a work from home phase. So
get to the point.
The creativity part of it, again, we'll be incentivizing our employees accordingly, just so that they can work better and deliver results.
Okay, Edwin, I think we are done because we're not getting anything productive.
Edwin, I think the stocks and the share value of ITC is tanking right now.
Would have gone down, yeah.
I haven't seen this is what the CEO has to speak. And
there is I believe that the stock value or the share price of my company doesn't depend only on what I have to say. In a call.
So you have no idea what the stock market either now?
I do, sir.
It's one of the other things that you have no idea about.
Yes, sir, I do, sir.
I'm extremely disappointed in the way you are responding, because you are acting as a CEO. And you feel that whatever you say does not really impact your stock and share prices.
But I believe that the products that we
Edwin, just one second. Edwin, just 1 second. 1 second. Do you watch Office series?
No, sir.
Okay, because from that comment, you resemble Dwight Schrute.
I cannot. I don't understand what you're referring to. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, like, since you mentioned the stock of the company, I understand what every word that comes out of my mouth will definitely impact the value. But
that's not what you said.
But exactly, which is why I'm trying to rephrase and get to the point
here. Okay, I think we're done. We're done with
the products that we sell and the services that we give
and
everything that we do as a company is what promotes the ITC.
Yeah, we get it.
And our long-term investors have seen it in the last 40 years.
We know nothing. We know that you know nothing. You've not at all talked about anything. I mean, you've learned nothing from Amazon, nothing from Google. You're not listening to what we are saying. You're just randomly babbling about. And you are not specific about anything, about your commitments, about your company. You're not aware of your products. Let's be honest here, man. What's the point in us spending any more time with you?
You have read something, but it's totally, you have not been able to understand what you have read. You've been just vomiting it and you are not been applying it.
And you're extremely dependent on your employees.
Yeah, and these generic gyans, so we also know that. So I don't think it's worth spending our time with you anymore. So yeah, I think that's done. We're over. Yeah.
I apologize for not giving a satisfactory answer.
It's fine.
But all right.
Okay. I think we can get ready with the next person. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, judges, can we call upon the next CEO?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Next, we have the CEO of Amazon.
Hi. Good evening.
Vaibhavi?
Hello?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
What is your opinion about divorces?
Sorry?
What is your opinion on divorces?
Divorces, if a person is not comfortable with his or her parent, divorces are okay.
Yeah, but how do you see, divorces? But these days we see that divorce is becoming the talk of Wall Street. So, so any takes on that?
It shouldn't be, because a person should be free to choose whatever they want to do with life.
Okay, clearly the CEO of Amazon has not got the memo, man.
Yeah.
She's not aware of what you're talking about.
Okay, leave it. From recent things that indicate a divorce has been in news.
Recent divorces. Yeah, I remember something. I'm sorry, I cannot recollect. There was somebody who just got a divorce. Yes.
I mean, a lot of divorces happened because of COVID. It has got reduced, but there are some people who divorced and put the entire market into a.
But Amazon is not really bothered about it. Come on, tell me. So, what is Amazon up to now? What do you feel is the future of Amazon?
Amazon is actually taking. Amazon has got advantages from the COVID, to be serious. People are doing
a lot of.
What
are the advantages that Amazon got from COVID? Let's see how you milk the situation.
No, due to the lockdown situation, not that has come up because of COVID. So people are doing a lot of online shopping nowadays. So we are able to flourish. Our profits have increased immensely right now.
That's all we care about, profits.
No, we are actually we think we are actually doing a very good thing. We are delivering products to the doorsteps of people so that they don't have to get out of their homes to buy anything. They can order online and everything is there at their doorstep.
So do you see Amazon being a game changer in the situation? It's becoming more of a service than just profit, right?
Yes.
That should have been the answer first.
What about the delivery boys, man? You're just, because of your business model, you're forcing so many individuals to go out and be in direct contact with so many different people. I mean, they have to go to different houses. So what about those delivery individuals? What is your opinion? What are you doing about those delivery individuals? Aren't they part of the whole issue? I mean, they can also very well be exposed to the virus.
Yes, they could be. That's the reason we have asked them to take all the necessary precautions, and we have assured health security for them.
Asking them to take necessary precaution, that gets repeated. Like our chief minister says it, the prime minister says it, even the random person who you call says that. I mean, the ringtone. So that is not what is expected of a company of Amazon.
Plus,
besides that, is there something?
Basically, you've just hung them out to dry. You've told them to take all the precautions.
No, plus we are asking our customers, people who buy, that they have to wear masks. Masks were receiving deliveries,
Wonderful.
and
So
there is
your
no
the
contact
security,
delivery.
the security of your delivery boy is dependent on the customer, because you
No, there
told
is
the customer
no
to wear a mask,
contact
and you
delivery.
told the delivery boy to okay, take care of yourself.
No, the customers are not in direct contact with the delivery boys. It's like
Do you
they'll
think it is fair? I mean, who's your delivery boy? A delivery boy working for Amazon would be, say, in the lower middle class, a person who's not got another decent job. If he gets another decent job, he or she gets another decent job, probably will leave your company. So that's why you feel that they are just expendable, right?
No.
That is how you're treating them.
No, there is no contact delivery, because the delivery boys don't go to the doorstep exactly. They stand out. If there is a main gate or something, they'll call up the person. The handing over of the package is also done very carefully.
I have a question. Like, how do you ensure that is being done? You are saying this is being done, but how do you ensure that it has happened?
First of all, we'll give it to the customer in guidelines. While receiving delivery, you have to be really careful. Plus, the delivery boys are provided with hand sanitizers, masks, gloves, etc., so that there is no spread of the virus.
So, does your delivery partners deliver through electric vehicles or something? All of them?
No.
So they have to have petrol, right? So they have to go to a petrol pump. How do they eat? You are providing an alternate arrangement. So they have to go to a restaurant, right?
Yes.
So it's not just customers, not the only stakeholder that he's interacting with. There are a lot of people he meet midway. And you cannot go and ask the person at the petrol pump to take precaution. You can ask some person at the restaurant to do that. They may not be using Amazon. So
they'll give guidelines to the petrol bunk employees and the restaurant owners. Everybody gets guidelines, right? Okay, you take care.
No, that is something which is really unpredictable.
Okay, tell me how many of your delivery boys actually got the infection?
Sorry?
Tell me, do you have a number of how many delivery boys? I'm sorry, Ashray. Do you have a number of how many delivery boys you have amongst your workforce who got the virus? Do you have any number?
No, sir, but we are covering up their health. We are covering up their charges, their hospitalization charges for a month.
Can you tell me, has there been any single case of an Amazon delivery boy getting COVID?
There has been many cases, sir.
So you know that there have been cases, but you have no idea how many.
Not much, sir. Around, it's all over the world.
So very clearly, you don't care about them, right?
There is like a network of people acting like.
What's the compensation policy? What's the compensation policy if a person dies of COVID?
COVID death, sir?
Yeah, death.
We'll be giving compensation to their families.
How much is it?
You need the exact figure.
Obviously.
How much should it be? I mean, at least tell me that. I mean,
as a CEO,
how much should it be?
In Indian rupees, 3 lakhs minimum, sir.
Okay, 3 lakhs is good enough. A person
I
from
said
a lower
minimum,
middle class.
Sir.
Yeah,
minimum.
So, okay, tell me what is your maximum. So how are you going to give that grade also? I mean, it's very interesting.
I think I should be setting up a team for this, so that we'll just have a brief.
But you don't have an opinion. I mean, you don't have an opinion.
No. After setting up a team,
tell me your opinion. Let the team work on their opinions later. Tell me your opinion. What is your opinion?
About the money, sir, compensation?
Yeah, you're saying that you're only going to give them money, so fine. So what is the compensation that you're going to give?
So the money would range from 3 to 7 to 10 lakhs.
What is the basis for that?
3 to 10.
What is the basis for that calculation? How did you arrive that figure?
Oh, who gets 10 and who gets 3? Tell me. Who
that
gets
will
10
depend on the
3?
Economic background, sir.
So who's going to what kind of economic background? I'm sure most of these people are not filing income tax, so it's a very subjective term.
I'm thinking of setting up a team to work on this.
Setting up a team. Tell me your opinion, man. Forget the team.
My opinion? Compensation of money. Plus, I'll give
who gets 10, who gets 3? Just tell me this. Give me one example of a person who's going to get 10 and give me one example of a person who's going to get 3.
Somebody from the upper middle class gets 10 and the lower.
Do you think a person
somebody from the upper class? I'm sorry, Govind.
No.
Somebody from the upper middle class will get 10 and the super rich will get 3. Or somebody who's from the below the poverty line gets 3.
Below the poverty, below the poverty line will also get 10 or more, possibly.
Okay, now you've got something more. Okay, fine, go ahead. Please go ahead. I'm sure she has no idea about the
I have 2 questions. One is like, would a person from an upper middle class be a Amazon delivery partner?
Okay,
Is that
so
how you hire?
I would have to rephrase it, sir. From the lower or somebody who's joining, I think there are people from the middle class in our delivery services because
You said upper middle class, so about
if
that.
there are
Yeah.
from the people from upper
No,
middle
but
class.
okay, let's put it this way. What motivates a person from an upper middle class to be an Amazon delivery partner, where he's not an employee of Amazon, he's just an on-roll employee, he has no medical benefits, he has no PF, so why should he be an Amazon delivery partner?
And his life is in the hands of the customer and the petrol bunk employees.
Every job has a value, no, sir, especially during this pandemic period. People are losing their jobs.
So you're actually planning on milking the pandemic and trying to get manpower at a lower cost, right? That's
No, sir, we are actually
job.
trying to help out people who are in
Not at all, not at all. I mean, what you just said is very clear. You just said that being the pandemic, there are no jobs, so you do not really have an option. You come work as a delivery partner in Amazon.
No, we are actually giving them a job offer.
It is not a permanent job. It's not a permanent job. It's an on-roll job. It's an off-roll job.
What is the salary of a delivery boy in Amazon?
It is increased right now, ma'am.
I mean, what is the number? What is the number? What is the number?
That will depend on the number of deliveries they make.
Okay, so it's dependent on the number. So what will be the average
base
number?
Salary? Okay.
Yeah,
base salary. Base salary and something like that.
In Indian rupees?
Oh, yeah.
I'll say
so
30 to 35,000.
30 to 35. What about in renminbi?
Sorry, sir?
What about in renminbi? I mean, I'm sure you're aware of all the currencies. I mean,
I was just assuring.
You keep asking whether it's you want in Indian rupees. I'm more comfortable yen or.
No. I am comfortable with Indian money only.
You keep asking us that.
Okay, so supposedly one of your delivery boy gets COVID. So what is the next step that you take?
We'll make sure that he's hospitalized and all his hospital charges are covered.
So what about the customers he had gone just maybe 2-3 days back?
We'll be informing them now.
Just informing?
Just informing. Yeah, because we have made sure that the delivery is non-contact and we have asked them to sanitize the product after receiving. So the chances of spread of the virus is less.
Are you sure about that? Even WHO is not sure about how the virus spreads.
So what about the parents, siblings? Do you cover anyone for the delivery boys?
Yes, even spouse, parents, and the siblings. Everything is covered with the health insurance.
What do you see the future of? What do you see the future of Amazon will be in terms of the work from home? Because as you might be aware, Amazon's biggest office in the world is set up at Hyderabad, but unfortunately, it has not been used at all. And most of the Amazonians are working from home. And what do you see? What is the future of their work is going to be?
I think there is no more need of setting up big offices. We can we can reduce the space, and only when it is of utmost necessity, people have to come to office, or else they can work from home itself. So we'll do the necessary networking, the necessary connectivity they want. We'll be providing them with. So that would also.
Do you think that just sending some laptops and some furniture would make the employee productive? So what is the whole point of having an HR in a company? Just send the hardware and ask him or her to work at home, and that's it. So does your responsibility as an employee ends there?
No. We'll ensure that the mental health of the employees are also okay.
Easy. But what do you mean by mental health? Like, I mean, what are the problems you feel people face in terms of mental health at this point? I mean, pandemic.
Screen time is too much, and sometimes there is overworkload on them, and they have to look after both home and office works along with it. So I think, and they are not able to meet people, speak to them directly. Everything is through online medium, so that can be reasons for mental.
But that is exactly what you want, right? You don't want people to go to a shop and talk to people and buy. You just want people to.
No, that's what I said. Whenever I feel like even the employees can take turns to come to office and meet other people, that is okay once this COVID situation comes down.
I had one question. Have you heard about differential pricing? Do you have any idea about it? So it's like when a website offers same product at 10 rupees to a particular buyer, and then after some time, same product it sells for 20 rupees to another buyer. Amazon has been accused of doing this. So do you have any counterpoint for that?
So the issue that came up was Amazon was not letting sellers to sell products in a price that is lesser than the price given on Amazon site in other sites, in other websites. So that was the issue that came up.
No, it is a different issue. Like the issue that I'm talking about is if you clear your browser cookies and then you buy, then it's like a different buyer has logged into it. So one product, you can't have two prices, right?
Yes.
So isn't that unfair?
Yeah, we are checking into it. We are doing the troubleshootings, and we'll ensure that only the correct price is
It's
given.
not a troubleshooting. There is no need to shoot down the trouble. You created the trouble. So
it is not a software issue.
No, that shouldn't be done because customers trust us, and it is a very big site, so we have to clear the clutter down.
Do you think that, like, see, I mean, you might have also observed, like, I search for something like a jeans in Amazon, and then I go to Facebook, I see a recommendation about other jeans coming in.
Yes.
I mean, what is your view on that?
We don't trade people's browse histories with other people.
No, actually, you are buying Facebook space. It's the other way around.
I mean, you are the benefactor out of it, right?
Why would Facebook, why would Facebook buy a suggestion from you and show it and then redirect to Amazon? That's not happening. That's not how it happens, right?
Like Facebook is not gaining anything. Like you are the person, like if the person buys a jeans, you will be benefited out of it.
It is marketing.
Good answer.
Okay. So there is no concept of privacy for you, right?
No, we're just giving them suggestions. We don't trade any personal information of
No,
theirs.
but see, I never
attracting them to the product so that if they look at it over and over again, they'll feel like buying. So this is a good option.
So my question is, I visited your website. How does Facebook know that I visited your website and search for this particular jeans?
And more importantly, why should Facebook know? I mean, I open up Amazon, I don't know like what I search is monitored by someone else. What I search is my private information.
And if I'm searching in Amazon, isn't it Amazon's responsibility to ensure that privacy of mine? As you said, trust.
It is just the product that is being shown to you again and again. So I think it's okay.
So if my trust is broken, it's okay. Like I don't visit Amazon because I know Amazon shares my data with other third-party vendors whom I don't know.
Only you are getting the notifications of the products over and over again.
No, see, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Someone else intermediary knows that. It's not automatic magically going to Facebook. I mean,
yes.
No, there is an intermediary.
That is all computerized. It's all machine.
I mean, you host AWS, Amazon Web Services, like it's the biggest cloud retailer, and then you're saying you're not taking responsibility of the technology that you're providing.
I am taking responsibility.
How are you are saying that you just told me that it's just jeans and you are only seeing it?
Yes, but we are making you see it.
Exactly, that is the whole problem. See, how are you making us see it? The question here, did you even understand the question, CEO of Amazon?
I think I did.
You think you did? What was the question?
The question was, if you browse into the Amazon site and then you take up other applications, you get the suggestions of products that you've recently browsed.
Exactly.
Now, is that ethical or not?
That is all part of marketing, sir.
No, it is not.
Is it ethical or not? Is it ethical?
Sorry, it is a part of marketing, but where the question is it ethical or not?
Some people might find it unethical, but
how do you find it? I mean, as a CEO, how do you find it?
I think it's okay to do so.
And what is the answer to person who find it unethical?
We haven't received much of complaints so far.
So this,
I think you
this
have
as a
not
complaint.
been reading news. I think you have not been reading news.
Not.
Or your team has not been telling you what is happening on the ground.
Yeah, that seems more probable.
We have the pandemic going on, sir. So
I think you should get rid of your team.
Focus.
You're not even aware of the very basic structure on which your company or your business model works.
No, sir. But when you are the CEO of such a big firm and you want people to buy your products, that is the only way you get profits. And
See, there are many more lucrative ways to make profit, which are unethical, but part of marketing.
But this doesn't do any harm, sir.
Obviously, it does do harm because, see, you do not have any concept of privacy. You do not have any respect for your privacy. You're ready to bear open everything in front of people. But that is your view. But there are people who mind privacy. For me, I don't want anyone to know what I'm searching. Because it's my private choices. I don't want to expose that to anyone else.
No, sir.
Suppose he's browsing for a particular jeans and you know that he's browsing for a particular jeans. You can actually sell that information to another jeans company and tell them to market their product to him.
It's all programmed, sir. Human intervention is
not
there.
It is programmed, but is it right? You can program
human
a lot of things, but
intervention is not there, no, sir.
Like what data? You are the person who's storing the data.
How do you feel that how do you think that human intervention is not there? Isn't this data available? And can this data not be given to a human?
There is a set of rules and regulations in our company that no personal data or searches will be publicized. Only you know what you're searching. And we are just keeping it for as in data and we are not looking into it.
Exactly, you have the data. Necessary. That is the whole problem. You have the data. You can very well sell the data.
Unless and until it's very necessary, we won't.
Oh, so you will.
No.
So when it is necessary, and when the profits of the company really go down, you are ready to sell the data and make money out of it.
No.
Tell me one necessary situation where you would sell it. Why would you find any situation necessary to sell that?
For the products you've searched?
Yeah. You mentioned that data you will let out there's a necessity. Tell me one necessity.
If there is any investigation is going on and people need our search data. Some criminal stuffs.
Okay.
Or anything like that.
Are you selling guns on Amazon now?
No, they can buy products from us. No.
We don't have
the data they'll give it.
No, if you're buying products or a drone or something and you've used it for something illegal, and then they want to know where you've bought it from, and they've asked us. That's the sole reason we keep data. If there is anything necessary that comes, I've just given you an example. I think there are much more examples. I believe.
I think we're done with you.
Yeah. See.
And with Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
Please do buy our products.
Okay, what is your product?
We have many products. Everything from
do you have
masks, sanitizers.
What product should I buy? Okay, you have Amazon masks.
No. We do sell masks from branded or.
Exactly. So understand your product first.
Vaibhavi, Amazon is nothing but a platform with, of course, a seller called Amazon. Amazon is a seller which caters to a very small product or range of product, but basically it's a platform. It doesn't have any inventory. It's a zero inventory model.
You're e-commerce. That is what you are.
Do take subscriptions to Prime.
The way you ended is wonderful, CEO of Amazon, because now you just proved to us that the CEO has no idea how Amazon works or what the Amazon business model is. Thank you, I think we are done. Once we know that the CEO has no awareness about what it is, what the company is, I think we should be done, right?
Yeah, we are so done. Okay, we can have the next person.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, can we have the next CEO?
Yeah, sure.
Judges?
Sure,
next, we have the CEO of Reliance.
Hi.
The most important person in India?
Yes. Working under the most important person in India, kind of.
You're working under, so you're not the most important person.
And the CEO, he is the founder chairperson, right? He is in the board of directors. So
who is the CEO of Reliance? Sorry, who is the CEO of Reliance?
CEO.
let's get out of this hypothetical situation. I just want to ask who's the CEO.
Mukesh Ambani.
Yeah, then what was you?
Who's the founder, chairman you're talking about?
I mean, a founder, Dhirubhai Ambani, but then it transformed into Anil and Mukesh Ambani. Then now it's controlled by Mukesh Ambani, right?
So who's
I
the
don't
founder?
know. You're asking us.
Now it's controlled by Mukesh Ambani, Reliance Industries. He has 50%.
Is it?
Yeah, Reliance Industries.
You're joking, man.
Huh? No,
You're joking.
Sure. No, I'm sure.
He's smiling. He's joking.
You're joking. I was not aware. Mukesh Ambani is part of Reliance.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, that's news to me, man.
Yeah.
I think you should stop smiling. I mean, you're just making a fool of yourself right now.
Yes.
What is there to smile about, man? That Mukesh Ambani is CEO of Reliance, or is it because that you are supposed to be the CEO and you feel that the founder chairperson is above you? He's the most powerful person in India, and who the founder chairperson is Dhirubhai Ambani. He's no longer alive. So
or because he successfully duped Mukesh Ambani into believing that he's competent to be the CEO of Reliance. He duped the most important man.
Because he had a confidence to make me the CEO.
I think you should stop smiling, Ben. I really feel that your smile is just mocking us rather than you being aware of anything.
No, he's making us fool as well as Mukesh Ambani fool. And congratulations on the second part.
You guys are Mukesh Ambani.
No, congratulations on the second part because you're making the most powerful man in India a fool. That takes a lot of skills.
I mean, you are a CEO. You're not a stand-up comedian here, right? And we are doing something serious. We are also spending our time on it. There's nothing to be happy about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You may get on.
So what is the great disruptive thing that you have done maybe in the recent 5 years as Reliance?
Recent 5 years would be the introduction of Jio. We have, before 5 years, it was basically a duopoly in the telecommunication sector by Idea and Airtel. And the rates of internet connections was very high. If you think about an India without Jio, right now during a pandemic, our online classes would not have been possible.
So do you have a problem with duopoly?
Do I have a problem with duopoly? No, I have a problem with the rate being so high that a common person cannot.
So do you want a monopoly?
Do I want a monopoly? No, depends, I guess. Depends on certain situation.
Can you justify monopoly in a situation?
Monopoly is like in the Indian sector, the IRCTC is a monopoly.
Because that's a government. That's a government.
That's the way, and I said, like, those type of monopolies are fine. In competitors, I would prefer if they had at least one or another competitors.
But so even now, government is considering, removing that monopoly from the railway sector.
Yeah, but still.
Do you think in the telecom sector, because of Jio, it is turning into a monopoly?
It is not turning into a monopoly. The most it would be, it would turn into a duopoly between Jio and Airtel.
So what happens is Airtel was selling supposedly something for 10 rupees. Jio comes and tells to everybody that I'm selling it for 1 rupees. What will happen to the industry?
Yeah, but that was our main marketing strategy when we introduced
So you are against monopoly, but you're okay, you yourself being a monopoly.
We aren't a monopoly. Like in the telecommunications.
Do you want to be a monopoly?
Do we want to be a monopoly?
Oh, you're thinking so hard. You've never thought about it.
Monopoly.
And the smile is back.
No. No, we don't want to be a monopoly.
You don't want to be a monopoly. As the CEO of Reliance, you do not want to be a monopoly.
Yeah, because if we are a monopoly, all the the view from the public would change.
So do you think Reliance has a great image?
All our companies into different things so that a single person doesn't have so much power.
I mean, you are Reliance's CEO. You're not the Prime Minister of this country, right? You want Reliance to grow, right?
I am CEO of Reliance Industries. We have many companies under us, right?
So do you don't want all the customers to be using Jio or Reliance?
Yeah, that is what I would like, yes.
So you want it to be a monopoly, right?
Huh?
You want it to be a monopoly, right?
Do you understand what monopoly is?
Yes, I do understand.
What is that? What is that?
I would like us to be a monopoly, but
please explain me what is monopoly.
When a single company has a major share over a certain particular sector.
What is that major share? Can you quantify that?
I guess about 70% maybe.
then so you have a 30%. You have a 30% open to someone else, right?
Yeah.
Then what it becomes?
It would become a duopoly, I guess.
It's just a duopoly, or it could be there could be two players fighting for the 30%. Then it could be a tripoly.
Wait,
how did you learn your max? Like, I mean,
no, what I mean 70-30% was 70% would be controlled by one company and 30% by another company.
Does that make it a monopoly?
Yeah, monopoly.
Okay, you gave an example. IRCTC is a monopoly. You said IRCTC is a monopoly. How much percent of the market? 70% of the market is controlled?
No, IRCTC controls 100% of the railway.
Why? You are asked a very specific question and you are just beating around the bush and giving us random answers. Do you know the answer or not? Let's be very honest here, man. I mean,
yes.
We are here, just respect the situation a bit more.
Okay, sorry.
We are here and you're just randomly throwing out words and you feel that that is the answer.
Sir, the question was, would I like to be a monopoly as a company? Yes, but I do know if we become a monopoly, it would lead to...
Because the problem is that we felt that you do not understand what monopoly is. So that is why we had to first check whether you know monopoly. And then you gave an answer which I don't know, like what, I mean, where do you learn your maths or logic from? Because it was like absolute...
Okay, 100%.
And let me correct you, the question was not whether you want to be a monopoly. The last question which you were answering was, what percentage would make a monopoly?
100%.
That was asked by one of the members, and you were just beating on the bush saying that it was 70.
Yeah, that's okay.
What okay?
What?
Like, I mean, why are you the CEO? When the founder chairman wanted a scapegoat.
Monopolies in India.
Let me ask you this. Let me just listen, dude. Okay, what made you the CEO of Reliance? I mean, the founder chairperson or the most powerful person in India wanted a scapegoat or an idiot to take all the blame for Reliance? Is that why you are there? Because clearly you have zero skills. What skills made you the CEO there?
Leadership skills and
I guess the smile.
I guess
that's what I'm talking about. The smile.
Exactly. That's
another person and my leadership skills.
So whatever the media throws at him, he can just smile. So probably he's the company idiot or the company joker who's the CEO there, just so that the media can take all their aim at you. Is that what your job is?
No, like when the media throw, like they say something to me, I with a smile, right? That is a good thing.
I can remember something I asked the previous candidate. Do you watch Office?
Have I watched Office? Not much, no.
Okay, so there was an episode which I remember you. I mean, that reminds me of that. Michael Scott taking the blame. That works. Sometimes, being a buffoon works. Like it'll help you, climb the ladder.
Yeah, he's a CEO now, man. I mean, I think he's the biggest buffoon I've seen who's the CEO of a company now.
Well, that's another strategy, brilliant strategy to be a CEO.
Is that how you made it there?
No, it's better if people underestimate you than overestimating you. So you can take them on unexpected.
People overestimate you. That's why you're the CEO. If they underestimated you, you would probably be in the
if I smile that way, the people would underestimate.
Reliance petrol bunk employee.
To be clear, I was smiling not because of anything, not to disrespect you at all. I'm really sorry. I was watching your interviews with the other candidates, so I know I was gonna be roasted. I knew I was gonna be roasted, so that is why
you started smiling. So you started smiling about it. You're happy about it.
I'm not happy, but yeah, I knew I was gonna be roasted. So
Ben, I just had a question. Like in the group discussion, we're saying that you treat all Indians as your employees, right? You made a comment like that.
Yeah.
So what is your HR department and the Human Resource Ministry of India, is it the same thing?
No, what I actually meant to say was we would help a person in need if we can actually.
So what is the incentive of you? I mean, if I'm to be an employee of Reliance and if Reliance is treating the employees and other Indians are similar, so what is my incentive to be an employee?
Well, I would like to rephrase the statement. It's like we treat other people with respect, but employees would get a major part of it. Like not respect, but all the incentives and stuff.
Can you quantify respect? Like again, what is the major part of respect? I'm not able to understand.
Not respect, but that's okay. I'll say
the employees don't get respect; they get incentives, right? That's what you just said.
No, they do get respect as well. Okay, the way I phrased that statement was wrong. Okay, our employees do get more incentives.
What did you do you have like a refinery there, and do you know that Reliance has a refinery?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
Locations, I'm not. I think
You know what's special about that refinery?
it is the largest in Asia.
Sorry, it's the largest. It's the largest in the world.
World, yeah. World.
It's great that you know a refinery is there somewhere. Even as a CEO of Reliance, you know that there is a. Do you know what is the revenue that refinery brings to you?
Yeah.
You've noted it down.
Major part of Reliance's industry's revenue is coming from the refinery, and we are under talks.
But you don't know where it is. It is there somewhere, right?
We have various
space.
I think someone has written all this down for him. So by mistake, he wrote Asian.
No. Reliance is also in talks with Saudi Aramco, so that Saudi Aramco can purchase 20% of Reliance these refinery products for, I guess, around $3-4 billion.
Okay, tell me, why is Aramco buying your product?
Because
Aramco is from Saudi. They have their own.
Yeah, they are one of the biggest players in this oil field. They want to get into the Indian market. So this would be the best way for them to get into the Indian market.
So to get into the Indian market, Saudi Aramco has to buy from you. What do they have to? They are the biggest producers of oil in the world. So why do they have to buy from you?
Because Reliance is the biggest player in the Indian market. So
sorry, let me ask you, Saudi. So you saying that Saudi Arabia wants to enter into the Indian market. So they're buying the refinery. So they want to invest in the refinery. Is that what you meant?
See, what I'm trying to say is they are trying to form a partnership which would lead to much greater benefits than them.
That's a very generic statement. We understand the generic statements. Just tell us, be more specific with what they are going to do with you. What is your agreement with Saudi Aramco?
Okay, so we are able to purchase more commodities which are required from them under the agreement per day. I'm not sure about
what are the commodities?
Oil and some oil and commodities like that.
Commodities like what?
Spices, perfume,
peacocks.
So what is it for you? And what does Reliance gain out of it?
We get a partnership out of a major company in a sector. Like now what Reliance is doing is we are trying to combine with various other sectors. Now, like in the Geo, Facebook has a 10%.
Saudi, what is the advantage Saudi Arabia is going to get if they take stake in your refinery? That's a question. I don't think they have anything to do with
get a part of the profit, part of our profits as well as our business.
There are many other profitable companies. You said it's something to do with the Indian market.
BPCL is out there for a sale, man. They are going to sell BPCL.
Company to Reliance, right? In that sector in India. If they
why would Saudi Aramco prefer Reliance over, say, a BPCL? BPCL is out there. Government of India is planning on selling shares of BPCL. Why are Saudi Aramco not interested in BPCL and rather coming to you?
Because we
having
are
you as a CEO.
Company. We are a private company. So they would be more inclined to do
it. BPCL is going to be privatized.
Reliance has a history of spanning more than 40-50 years.
What is the history of BPCL? How many years it's been in existence?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been there, but it is a privatized.
So you are saying that Reliance is older than BPCL in the refinery business?
No, not in that sector.
And you're saying
we have a degree of trust within our company's name, and Saudi Aramco.
Because so let me reframe. So you're saying Reliance is a more attractive option because it is private and BPCL is a government, so that is the reason, right?
Yeah, and the way in which we do our business.
Let me just tell you something. What is the number of outlets that BPCL has in India? Petrol pump outlets.
Not sure.
It's around 15,000. And you know how much Reliance has in India? What is the market share of petroleum distribution in India as far as Reliance is concerned?
21.6% petrol is sold by Reliance, and 16.9% of diesel is also sold by Reliance in India.
Seriously, in diesel and petrol in Indian market?
Yeah, 21.6% of petrol.
I don't know from where you got your statistic. That's absolute rubbish. That's absolute rubbish. Reliance, all the private players put together, has less than 10% market share.
I think absolute rubbish. Okay, tell me, what is your business and what is the Reliance petroleum business? Just tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Reliance does in the petroleum industry?
Okay, as the CEO, I'm more inclined towards the geo and telecommunication sector.
Oh, you're the CEO of the entire Reliance group. You just mentioned that during this interview.
We do have
all of a sudden now you are only focused on geo. I did not get you. What?
Who knows that particular field much better than me? And I am the CEO because I know how to manage all of them together.
Well,
so what is the value addition you're bringing in?
Value addition?
Smile.
Huh?
That's smile, man. That's smile. That's the value addition he's bringing in.
What is the compensation, by the way? Sorry.
For the CEO, 15 crores per annum.
Okay, so it's a 15 crore smile.
15 crore smile. Because he doesn't know what the core business of Reliance is their refinery. And you have no clue how it works.
I do know all the business undertaking that's happening. I'm not going.
Tell me the process, man. I just asked you for the very simple. What is your petroleum business?
We have CEOs for various other positions. For Jio, there's another CEO.
Do you know the petroleum business of Reliance or not? It's a very straightforward question. Do you know how the petroleum business of Reliance works or not?
Not completely.
You don't. No. As the CEO of Reliance, you do not know how the petroleum business of Reliance works. That was good enough for me. You would have just told me that first. Why are you just beating around the bush and smiling? Just for the sake of smiling does not give us an answer. That's not going to win you this competition either. Yeah. If you don't know, at least feel free to say you do not know. At least show the spine to tell us that you do not know. Rather than just going around beating the bush, saying some deal with Saudi Aramco is happening. I don't know why, but it's happening. I'm here to smile. You ask me about Reliance Jio, I'll tell you.
And when you're collecting data, please make sure you collect it from the correct source. Because what you just said about the market share, that's sheer blasphemy. I mean, 21% Reliance, I don't know. It's Reliance would. Do you? No, it is not. See,
that's what I got from internet. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't know. See, internet has a lot of junk. I think you might have collected the exact junk portion of it. See, Reliance doesn't have like what they call even 1/10 of the number of petroleum pumps that any of the government PSUs have. Please check your facts before you press it. Yeah. I think, done. Like we had enough of a smile.
Yeah, there's nothing else happening. It's just a smile.
Yeah. And I must compliment your smile is very good.
Thank you. I'm really sorry if I offended you guys, but I was smiling because I saw your interview before. That was a really honest answer.
So we were like fooling around in the previous interviews.
No, you were making.
No, what makes you smile?
So what is your judgment, man? Tell us. What was your judgment? That's what made you smile, right? How was the stress interviews? You were watching our stress
interviews. Roasted really well.
Three random people coming together and making doing some joke. Or I don't know, like what makes you smile?
No, like you guys like roasted everyone really well.
So you enjoy.
Yeah, that is a compliment. You
so I'll tell you how he becomes CEO. He's like what he does a good smile and he's a bootlicker. So that is how he becomes CEO.
Exactly. That's perfect, man. I mean, now I understand. Now I get it. You're perfect there. You're perfect there, man. Don't leave that company. I don't think any other company will actually entertain you.
And where do you live? You live in Mumbai? Like near Ambani's house, somewhere close by?
No. I don't know much about the petroleum sector, but I do know Reliance. I mean, not well, of course, like that. Apart from the hypothetical.
See, petroleum industry, I mean, the revenue from petroleum is what pumps Reliance.
Yeah,
that is what
made Jio.
Yeah, that's it. But now what they're doing is they're trying to combine with other companies, other big players. And
the problem is when you have no idea how this thing works. I mean, Saudi produces what they give is crude oil, whereas the refining process is done by Reliance. So petrol diesel is created from the crude oil. I'm not going into the entire process now, but there's a difference in these processes. There are companies that bring in crude oil, there are companies who refine it, and then there are companies who sell it. Now, basically, the market share you were talking about, Govind, I'm sorry, but I think there is some fact to what he said.
No,
he doesn't know about it.
No, it's
but I think on the refining side. Refining side, it might be true. But he has no idea about what refining is and what the end petrol bunk sales are. So I am very sorry, but you should have known about that, being the CEO of Reliance. Okay, so thank you. I don't think there is anything. And thank you for giving feedback on our roasting abilities, right?
Yeah.
But that's not going to get
appreciated.
Yeah, I know. But thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, can we have the next CEO judges?
Yeah, sure.
Next, we have the CEO of Facebook.
Good evening.
So, Gauri, what was my last conversation I had in Facebook?
Sorry?
What was the last message you sent?
I have no idea. It's your privacy that.
Oh, have you
like,
heard about Cambridge Analytica?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Oh, it doesn't ring a bell?
You've not heard?
I
You
thought
don't
it
read
kept you
news?
busy for some time.
Excuse me?
It had kept you busy for some time.
Yeah, but
Clearly, it has not kept her busy for any amount of time. I mean, she was least bothered about it. I mean, that's something I would expect from the Facebook CEO. I mean, they don't care.
oh, obviously we do care. We do care about
what?
the price. About our customers.
If you care, please answer the question, CEO.
Sorry. Okay.
If you do care, please answer her question.
See, the main accusation, around Facebook is that we
haven't accused you of anything right now. Right now, we haven't accused.
I would suggest you stop beating around the bush.
Gauri, can you also sit straight because it's a strain following you? Yeah.
Okay, so see, the thing is that we do not really use your data. See, we have methods like end-to-end encryption, like we have political, like what we do not use the data regarding our customer based on what they're like.
Who is your
it's
customer?
About their privacy.
1 second. Who is your customer?
Everybody who's related to Facebook is our customer. Everybody who's
who all do you think are related to Facebook?
Anybody who's being
specifically
speaking, anybody who's investing their time using social media platform is our customer. Precisely.
Who all invest their time?
That kind of varies because anybody who wants to connect. Anybody who wants to connect with the world.
Let me ask this way. So I have a Facebook account and I use it quite often. So am I your customer?
Yeah, definitely. You're part of
I'm not paying. I'm not paying you anything.
You are not.
How does that make you a customer?
See, the thing is.
How does that work?
For us, your time is what matters. See, it's your time which is like your pay towards us. Being quite frank.
No, it's our time.
Well put.
Money for you.
Exactly. Well put. I was exactly asking this. So basically, we are not customers. We are raw materials. We are your suppliers. We are your commodity.
No.
Obviously. See, who is a customer? Who is a customer?
See, what are you doing with our time? I mean, we are giving you time. So what are you doing with that time?
See, the thing is, you put in your time for social media in your social media account. Right?
Yeah.
So
we are putting in the time. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Then so like every second you are using our website, that is what is being monetized here. So it's not directly what you guys.
Yeah. So exactly. So you are monetizing our time. Okay. You are monetizing the time we spend.
Which is like a major thing, but apart from that, we have
let me get to it. Okay, you are monetizing the time, and who monetizing means it involves some transaction, a financial transaction, right? Monetizing involves. So who is paying you? Who is paying you money?
See, that's not something that really.
No, it's obviously some ad agency, right? They want us to. They want their ads to see. So basically, they are the customer. We are giving you the input.
See, like it's
the
like
CEO of Facebook has no idea who
as,
their customers are.
It's called there is a process called as big data analysis where everything every
we know about big data analysis. I have a question for you. Okay,
throwing big words thinking that nobody knows. Right?
That's 10 years
definitely
back.
not.
10 years back, it was a big deal.
Sorry, ma'am.
Are governments your customers?
Ma'am, can you repeat your question again? Sorry.
Are the governments of different countries, are they your customers?
Definitely not.
So in elections, you don't meddle at all?
See, that's like, if that is like up to the user, like see, you search something related.
Why do you do not want government to be a sponsor?
Exactly. Governments are not your customers. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, sorry, customers. Why do you do not want government to be a customer?
It's not like, it's not direct what I'm saying. See, like we are not directly funding government because, it's an open space. Like Facebook is an open space.
Government. She has no idea what customers are, man. Have you ever gone to a grocery shop? I mean, just a normal grocery shop nearby?
Yes.
So you go there, they give you something.
Yeah.
And you give them money, right?
Yes.
Now, who's the customer here?
I'm the customer.
Yeah. So you're the one who's giving the money.
Yeah.
So identify your customers first. You have no idea who the customer is. You just mentioned that governments are not going to be your customers. You are not going to have any governments as your customers. But then you're talking about funding the government.
See, like
if you are giving money to the government, that makes you the customer. It's the most simplest way of looking at who the customer is.
Okay, so see, Facebook runs on the users. See, it's like an open platform. Which
users, exactly. So users are the commodity. Their time is a commodity that you're selling
they are
to
putting
the
in time. They are putting in time. They are not paying you.
No.
Exactly.
Why do you think a lot of people are leaving Facebook? Like Western counterparts, a lot of people are leaving Facebook right now. What do you think is the reason for that?
Back in the time, like there was like a lot of news related to Facebook about the data, like the use of private information, which like was the main reason why Facebook had a lot of backlash.
So how did you handle it? Is it there? Is the issue still there?
No, definitely not. Because, what here happens is that it seems as if like, Facebook is using it. It's like, data is used as a thread here. So what happens is that a small data is being studied or statistically analyzed to bring out an output. So that's what's happening. But
do you ask the user whether you can use their data or not?
See, there are privacy, but we are not directly using the data, but there are privacy settings.
You're directly selling the data to someone else who will use it.
No.
Yes,
you are doing that. Then how does Facebook generate revenue?
Through it's a public sector, so like we'll be like through ads, like digital marketing, etc.
Why would someone sponsor an ad? Like I want to do an ad in Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm paying you money. Why should I do that?
Because Facebook has a lot of users. The exposure is greater. Yeah.
Exactly. So the time, again, it's the time of the users is a commodity that is being sold. Okay, for now, let's assume that Facebook is doing a social service by connecting people across the world. Let's assume that. Let's put the business side away.
Yeah.
So what is your view on censorship in Facebook?
See, like Facebook has a very clean policy. Like it has to protect a certain amount, like marginalized communities. Anything that is offensive cannot really be.
What do you mean by protecting the marginalized? Sorry. What is that?
Like, for example, like when situations like the status quo of a person should be protected, right? Especially when it's such an open space.
Status quo.
Status quo. What should be protected? Status quo.
See, like behind every person, they have a certain status to keep in society, like their background, etc. So, like it has to be protected, especially when it's such an open space. Like then there is.
You should not criticize anyone who is in higher power, right? You should not criticize anyone on Facebook. Is that what you're saying?
No. It's not like it's like protecting the user's interests. For example, we have terrorist pages, offensive pages, which have to be blocked. That's what Facebook believes with censorship.
How did those pages come up in the first place?
Because definitely it's an open platform. Like, see, but the thing is that we have certain features like we are integrating to be specific, news integrity initiative, where there'll be data checking. Like, for example, if any like a terrorist group or something, there's a collaboration.
Okay, you can check a factual data. But how do you filter an emotion? Like suppose I have an emotion towards someone. I mean, as a person, I have certain emotion. It could be love, it could be hate, it could be jealousy, something. I come out on Facebook and express it.
Yeah.
How can you say that is right or wrong?
See, that will probably depend from person to person, right? For example, something which can be offensive for me might not be offensive for another person.
I get it. Yeah. So you mean to say that Facebook doesn't have a system to filter that? Like you're leaving it to the subjectivity of the readers.
See, emotions can't be filtered. One thing, and also like
I get it. I get it. So how do you explain all the hate crimes that is happening because of Facebook?
Hate crimes.
So, like there are a lot of hate speeches that happen in Facebook, right?
Exactly.
That motivate people to do stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah, carry on.
Okay. For example, like we can, if something appears to be offensive, like you can report, like you can, we have an option of suspending, that provision of them is being suspended.
Gauri, when are you going to reach the point, man? You're beating around the bush so much that you're not even aware that you're in a bush. Be specific with your answers. You're just randomly saying a lot of things. We ask you one, you're talking about 100.
Like the only thing I got till yet is it is an open platform. We connect people.
Exactly. It's like more like Nokia than, connecting people rather than Facebook here. And you say that emotions can't be filtered. And yet you brought about the very concept of giving emotion a word. Feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling angry. Why did you bring that? That is because you can filter the emotion. Right?
Okay.
Or you could manipulate people to think that this is your feeling. Like I take a picture of a place and it prompts me like you're feeling happy, you're feeling sad. Why does Facebook have to do that? Why should Facebook tell me what I should think?
We don't have such an thing is that. See, like
see. Try doing that. Take a photo, try uploading it in Facebook. It shows suggestions. Okay. Feeling happy / all that. So you're actually prompting us to think the way you wish us to think.
No, these are just certain options, like to make the thing easier.
Why is that option there? That is the whole question. We know that these are
options. Easier for you, because first of all, if people go on internet,
it makes it easier. Okay, so it makes easier for a person to know whether they're happy or they're sad.
Definitely.
Facebook is telling that you're not able to filter emotions, but we'll tell you what your emotion is. Is that your answer?
No, we're giving you options to select from,
So basically, you're giving me selection for me to be happy, sad, or angry. You are telling me what I should feel like.
No, it's just, that's just an option for you to select a caption. It's not
why do you feel people do not have the capability of making a decision about the emotions?
Obviously, they have. The thing is that we're just saving them the time of typing a caption, right? So, we want everything spoon-fed to us. So
I just have a doubt.
So you think that all your the users of Facebook need everything spoon-fed to them. You don't really believe in, which is basically manufacturing their emotions, manufacturing their ideas, right?
No, sir. See, it's like just making the option available.
The bush. You found the bush.
So there
is this, I'll just go to another thread. So there is this concept called group thinking. Or you could call it bandwagon effect, which is like, there are 4 people in a room. 3 people say something. They say orange. So there'll be a tendency for me to say orange. But the problem is that this actually it creates biases. Like you may not take the right decision because the majority says something else is right. Are you getting it?
Yeah, okay.
So, isn't Facebook promoting that, by having this trending on Facebook / hashtag something, and then if many people tweet, put the status like that next. So when you're searching something, you get this suggestion trending on Facebook. So isn't Facebook also asking us to join that bandwagon effect? Isn't Facebook also telling me, ki, all these people are doing this thing, so why don't you do this? So isn't basically Facebook telling me to do what others are doing? So basically, in your vision of connecting people, you are basically making people think the way you want them to be. And you have your monopoly on what people should think, what people should behave like, what emotions they should have. So aren't you doing that? Aren't you manipulating the way human relations should be?
See, that is something about personal concerns, right? See, those are options which can help you keep updated. Like, for example, if you're saying something like, for example,
See, I agree.
Sorry, you've not got the point. I'm so sorry you've not got the point. I mean, I'll give you an example of what the end result of such an action is. A few years ago in Bangalore, there were a few people who posted on Facebook that people from Northeast India will be targeted. And this forced thousands to board the next train and leave back to their hometowns in the Northeast India. So people from Northeast India, this was a racist remark. You're just promoting racism in a way. And they were targeted racially and even threatened with their lives, which forced all of them to leave the city. This happened a few years back in Bangalore. And similar situations are happening across the world. And Facebook has now become a platform which is, again, bringing that bandwagon effect, bringing people together to threaten and attack on multiple lines, be it caste, be it race. There are so many lines that you're attacking people on. Are you happy? I mean, what are you doing about it as a CEO of Facebook? You've built that platform for them.
There is something called, for us, a new update is there. It's called hate speech algorithm. That's really, for example, for every person using a social media, they should have.
So you're now quantifying hate speech.
No. We're
you are not ready to quantify emotions. Now you're quantifying hate speech. Yeah, now you're quantifying hate speech. So as per your algorithm, at what point does this person speaking becomes a hate speech, and at what point does it not?
See, that's what, like, that's where, censorship can also come into place. We can analyze, how.
1 second. So who is making this algorithm?
The company is making the algorithm.
I mean, company as in, like, who would be? It will be humans, right?
Yeah.
So don't you think, and can you tell me, is there any human who can tell ki this is hate, this is not hate, this is okay, this is permissible, this is not permissible? Is it possible for anyone to say that? Is it possible to classify anything as hate and not hate?
Yeah, it can be, but it will like vary from person to person.
Exactly. So how is the algorithm foolproof? So some random persons will be making this algorithm. So they themselves have this variability. So how do you expect an algorithm which itself is biased to remove the biases?
Okay, we for that, if I'm right, we have expert consultation with psychologists and all in such a way that any indication of violence or abusive languages are filtered.
How many users are there on Facebook?
Precisely, it's about 1.3 billion.
How many persons have you employed for these services that you just mentioned?
If I'm right,
or what is the ratio of the psychologists to your user base?
Yeah, that can be less, but
that can be less.
But Facebook has grown from a college dorm room idea to a huge market dominance.
It's one of the top 3 companies in the world now. You have to take responsibility as the CEO of Facebook.
Yeah.
So don't you think Facebook is a Frankenstein monster?
No.
Why do you have to doubt again?
Certain laws and rules exist for a reason, right? So, like, that's where, regarding a certain...
Tell me what your opinion is about the recent move by the government of India. There was something in the press recently. I'm sure Facebook is aware because Facebook was one of the first persons to respond. So what is your view? What is your view on that?
See, that is something which we are against because, we cannot give them the, we have policies like end-to-end encryption.
What is a policy that, okay, I know what your policies are, but what I'm asking is what did the government of India ask you, and are you going to comply? Are you not going to comply? Why you're not going to comply? Or not going to going to comply. Yeah.
See, the thing, what they asked was like they need to censor like certain hate or like something which can be offensive. That's what they have to appoint a certain officer, etc. As of now, Facebook has like not really complied, but we have lodged a case in Delhi.
Not really complied. So to what extent have you complied? So you have an algorithm for hate speech now. So what more do you need to comply?
So, like, the thing is that Facebook has, like,
So you are
what
going to comply,
they
right?
said.
So
what they said is highly against, like, a person's privacy. So that's not something like
are
Facebook.
Are you going to comply or not? Okay, let me first
ask. As of now, we have complied. As of now, we have complied.
So you have complied. So you just mentioned that you've not really complied. So you have complied or you've not really come. What is your stand, man?
Like we have complied.
It's a very simple yes or no question, and you're just keeping on. I'm keeping on telling you this. You're just beating around the bush. Give me the fact, or give me an answer which is specific, yes or no. Are you going to comply?
Yes, we have complied, but we have also lodged a case against the court, against the government in Delhi High Court, because it's highly against our policies of personal privacy.
Then why did you comply? If you have complied.
Because Facebook has a very large market in India.
Exactly. So it boils down to the money. Thank you.
Exactly.
Here,
if you wanted to, if you feel that the move from the government was not right, if you're going to the court, you could have very well taken a stay from the court. I mean, there are so many instances where companies take stays from the court. You could have stayed this at least for a few months, during which you can negotiate, during which the whole discussion can happen. But that's not what you did. You complied first and then went to the court just to put, some masala on the people, feeling that so that people do not complain against Facebook, so that you can keep your reputation intact. That is the only thing that the whole court issue was for, right? Why else would you comply and then go to the court?
No.
If you're going to the court, you should not have complied. Don't you think so?
See, like we are business, so like we haven't.
So connecting people is not a purpose. Business, paisa is ultimately
connecting people is
marginalized, and that's a term that really shocked me. So, we are for the marginalized. What do you do with the marginalized? We take their time and we sell them.
And for your information, marginalized people never come up on Facebook because they are too much done with the connection that people are making to them.
But we believe we have done quite a lot for them.
I think we're done with you.
Yeah. You got the easiest of companies, but you've been just beating around the bush, man.
Sorry.
You had so much potential for Facebook, and clearly Facebook stocks are going to be, Zuckerberg is going to give you a call tonight, I'm sure.
Okay. That's frightening. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Now, can we call upon the next CEO, judges?
Yeah, sure.
Next, we have the CEO of Adani Group.
Has a person joined?
He is always in the shadow.
She's joining.
Show yourself.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
So, you're the most important person in India right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the farmer bill protest, as you have all seen on the television and news. Like there are a lot of allegations about us, and we have successfully
that makes you the most important person in India.
Yeah,
because you have allegations against you.
Because the most important thing a person wants is food. The primary thing a person wants is food, and we are related to that.
You're ready to do what?
No, we are related to that.
No, you're related to
food. Prime issue now, yeah, the food grains and all.
So according to you, being important is about being in limelight. So for some years, so like 1 year back, Riya Chakraborty was the most important person in India.
No, actually not being in the limelight. I said that being an important person means, because food is an important thing. It is a primary thing.
And what is your market share in food? What is your market? Are you an agro-based company even?
No, we have a lot of companies. Like we have power plants.
You said about food. You said
very
about
specific question. Very specific question.
Okay.
Do we have any arm currently in food?
Yeah, we have those storage for food grains, agro-based food grains. We have those silos store food, which is an important thing in the food grain industry.
What is your brand name? What brand names do you have under food? What are the food items that you sell? It's a very specific
there is
question.
edible oil that like Adani Wilmar.
Under the brand name?
Adani Wilmar.
And you feel that giving oil to the people is the most important food?
No, I said that recently regarding the farmers' protest and all, we have been alleged because they have said that.
So you are the most important person in India because the farmers are protesting against you. The farmers are not just protesting against you.
No, we are actually helping them, but we are actually helping.
You're not getting the question. Just listen to the question first.
Okay.
Did you get the question? What is the question? Do you understand what the question is? You're the most important person in India. You think that you're the most important person in India because the farmers are allegedly protesting against you.
No, I didn't say because the farmers are allegedly protecting against me. I said because.
Did I hear wrongly? I mean, other judges, isn't that what she said?
No, I was just explaining the situation. Like,
who told you to explain what situation? I asked you why are you the most important person in India, and you just randomly said that people are protesting against me, so that makes me the most important person in India. So people are protesting against the administrator of Lakshadweep, so he's the most important person in India for the time being, and tomorrow someone else will be.
So I am the most important person of India because we have a lot of branches from our country, from my company. Like we are into energy. We are.
That was not your answer. Your answer was very specific. You said that because farmers are protesting against you.
No, actually, I was trying to explain the situation.
What situation? What situation are you explaining? Did I ask you about any situation?
No, I was sorry.
So what were you explaining?
I was trying to explain that.
You're just trying to being smart, right? You must have seen the earlier interview where I just asked the same question, or why are you the most important person?
No, trust me.
And you just randomly said that, okay, I have to say that I am the most important person. And then you just randomly said what popped into your mind first, right? That's what you did.
No, sir. Actually,
you were just trying to make a fool of us.
Interviews till now.
Okay, you did not watch the previous interviews. I'll even believe you on that. But you were just trying to make a fool of us, right?
No, sir. I was actually trying to explain that we are one of the.
Why are you explaining that? That's my question. Why are you explaining whether you are into food or not?
I am the important person.
Why do you want to be the important person? First of all,
everyone wants to be an important part that contributes to the country, to our country.
So, what is your criteria for being the most important person in India?
I will do whatever I can to.
What is your criteria? What is your criteria?
I contribute to development of the country.
What is your criteria? If I want to become the most important person tomorrow, what is your criteria for it? How will I become the most important person tomorrow?
To contribute to the development of the country.
What is that? That's very generic. What is development for you?
I should be the biggest food manufacturer in India, right?
From the grassroots levels, like development of for each and every person in the country.
What sectors in
so what did you do? You just said, yeah, exactly. So you are the most important person in India. So for developing the country, the grassroots level, what you've done is you've made the farmers protest against you.
No, I didn't make the farmers protest against me. Like, I know.
Can you tell me? Okay, can you tell me what is this protest about?
What is the protest is about? Against the farmers' bills that the government actually tried to pass in September 2020.
What are those bills about?
Bills are about first thing is there were 3 acts. Like first one was the farmers can sell their commodities to anyone at any price. That is, there is no minimum price, like as they were selling to the Food Corporation of India. Then they can sell through e-commerce and all. It was also mentioned in the bill. Then they can sell to other states also, and the states.
But why do you think there's a minimum support price?
Because the other companies, like private companies, does not buy the commodities from the farmer at a lower price than the real price.
Are you supporting it or are you against it?
I'm supporting it.
Supporting the bill.
You're benefiting it.
No, actually, the people are not understanding the contribution of Adani in that. We are not actually we are not buying those commodities from the farmers directly. We are actually supporting the government by providing storage, like silos for storage of food grains and transport. We are not actually buying that from.
So even if the farm bills are not implemented, you still have the storage silos, right? You still have grains to store.
Yeah.
So even if the farm bills are not there, you might not be affected at all.
Yeah, we are exactly. That is what I am trying to say. We are not affected by that, but I don't know why.
What is your core business? Why are you not affected? Why are you not affected? What is your core business?
Because
I mean, you are in the agro industry, and you are saying you are not affected by farm bills.
No, we are not actually directly affected because what we do is currently what we do is we buy the food grains from the Food Corporation of India, and we provide better fumigation and preservation we provide better fumigation and preservation of the food grains to last for long.
So basically, you're handling the storage and logistics of the food grains, right? So what difference does it make? Like whether farmers you're buying it through the food corporation or buying through the farmers, like your business into storage and distribution. So how is it going to affect? So you're saying it doesn't affect. Farm bill doesn't affect.
We can the bill say that we can directly buy it from the farmers.
So that you can store it in silos.
Yeah.
So what is the problem with food corporation? Like why can't you buy it from food corporation? Because people doubt, like, you know, if food corporation offers a minimum price, but you might offer them a price which is less than the minimum price. So that is the reason why people are concerned.
Yeah.
So don't you think those concerns are genuine?
Yeah, those concerns are genuine, but we can give assurance that we won't buy it at a lower price than the minimum price.
And
there is no minimum price.
Yeah,
when there is no minimum price, what is the minimum price?
No, the fixed price that the Food Corporation of India is currently. The Food Corporation of India.
So this bill,
after the bills, there is no minimum support price.
No, after that, I think we can buy at any price. That is what the bills say.
Exactly.
But we won't go below that.
What is the below? You're going below or above what? Oh, 1 second. You're telling that you're not going to go below a certain rate, right? That rate is a minimum support price. Now, once the bill is in effect, that minimum selling price is gone. It's off the record. So then how do you compare? What do you say is less? You're not. What is a good price then? If there is no minimum support price, then what is a good price? Who sets the price?
There was a minimum support price, right?
Yeah, it is gone. Yeah, it is gone. Okay, imagine today the farmers bill is passed. Okay, that is done. Next year there is no minimum support price for wheat. So what is the price? What is a good price? Who sets the price for wheat up next year?
The government of India sets the price.
That is what is the minimum support price.
Do you have any idea about what this bill is?
Yeah.
You are talking about protest. You're talking about you not being affected, but you have no idea whatsoever what this bill is about.
Yeah, I have an idea about what the bill is about.
See, once this bill is there, the government stops putting a price.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I feel it very naive for us to be sitting here teaching a CEO of such a huge company what minimum support price is. I feel it is wasting our time, and she's just taking us for a ride and wasting our time on it. Because clearly Adani is just right. She is doing what Adani wants her to do. She is just deflecting from the core topics. But tell me what your core business is. What is Adani's core business? Is it food industry and building silos?
It started with coal, like commodities trading, and then coal. Then there is energy, like renewable energy.
What is the most important business currently?
It is actually the commodities trading and the coal.
No, it is not. Have you heard about APSCZ?
Yeah.
What is that?
This is a special economic zone, something like environment zone.
APSCZ.
What is the AP for?
Ports. It's actually regarding the ports.
Exactly. So that is a core business. Ports, SCZ, and now airports. So what is your take on Adani taking over the Trivandrum airport? Like it's not just Trivandrum. I think Lucknow and a couple of other airports have been taken over by Adani. What is your view on that?
Actually, we can give like better facilities and all if you take over that.
But don't you think it's an important? Yeah.
Yeah, like improving the runway and all. Currently, there are a lot to improve on airports, I guess.
So tell me what is going to be improved and why?
Compared to other airports, like international airports and all, our airports are not that developed like that.
You've got Trivandrum. You tell me what you're going to do with Trivandrum.
We have to improve the runways and all because the runways.
1 second. See, it is the runways in an airport. It conforms to a standard set by the Director General of Civil Aviation. It is neither above neither below. So the runways in Trivandrum airport are good enough.
Okay.
So there's nothing to do on that side.
No, what was your idea about runways in Trivandrum? You feel that there are potholes in runways in Trivandrum?
Exactly.
No, actually, no.
No, you know, KSCB comes in between, they dig up holes and things like that.
No, it's not like that. But there may be some something like there are scope of improvement in everything.
So how are you going to improve the runway beyond the standard set?
No, like we can check, like compared to other like best airports, we can check what all are what are the loopholes in our airport.
That's what I'm asking you. What are those loopholes and what are you going to do?
That we can decide only after comparing. Like
So you've not come back.
Only after proper assessment and all by proper professionals.
Obviously, that is a very generic statement. I mean, I can say the same thing after proper assessment and all that.
Because I am
that
a
doesn't
CEO,
make sense.
I am not directly involved because I am a CEO, and what my job is to control all those people and control those managers and like direct them to do, and those managers will like contact.
So who brings the vision? Okay. Yeah,
go on. I don't know.
So who brings the vision? Who brings the vision?
It can be from.
So what are you going to direct? So there are so many employees. So you are going to say, okay, all of you go to the left, all of you go to right,
no, it
all
is
of you sit
actually
down, all of you stand up. Is that what you're going to do?
No.
So who gives the vision?
No, like the directed board together takes a decision, right?
Not decision. The vision. Who gives the vision? As the CEO, do you have any job apart from go and sit in director boards and hear what the director board says and then tell all your employees sit here, walk there? What is your job apart from that?
The basic vision is to provide better facilities.
So what is your vision for Trivandrum Airport? That was the question. And you're saying that some team will decide. You have no vision. You don't care. Some team will sit and decide. Because I'm the CEO. I'm not going to do any work.
Provide better facilities and to improve the airport. The rest of the things that is decided by the correct technical team.
I get it. So you are the person who tells what facilities should be improved on, and people will work on that. Agreed. But do you think that you are doing a dumb job by saying improve the runway? Because there are accidents in airport doesn't happen because of the condition of runway. It happens due to the weather condition. And do you think that there are no other problems with Tirunelveli airport? Why do you think government is concerned? So what is the most important problem there, or what is the major scope of improvement in Tirunelveli airport?
Like proper schedule of everything.
And is
what
does Adani have the power to schedule it?
No, I don't have the like. He asked whether what is problem, like current problem.
So you're saying there's a scheduling problem.
No, I will say no, not like that. Like I said, I want better facilities at the airport. So
what is that?
It can be anything. Like we need proper assessment of the airport, right?
So you don't have a vision for that.
Like you have invested in Trivandrum airport.
Improve the condition. So the rest of the, as I said, the rest of the things are
everyone wants everything to improve. But what makes a CEO different is like identifying what is to be improved at the earliest.
Okay.
So if you don't have that capability, then I don't know why you pay for it.
No, I will I will decide it only after proper assessment.
But you have already invested there. Without an assessment, you will go and invest.
No, it is actually no. I have a committee which like analyzes all those problems and advises.
So the committee told you to invest.
It's not just me taking the decision.
So the committee told. Yeah, go on.
So I have a question. So does the CEO take any responsibility?
Yeah, I am responsible because I am the CEO, but I am fully confident at my employees that they will take a good decision.
So I want to ask you a question.
Anything without any risk.
Given that you are in the coal industry, what are you doing for sustainability and environmental concerns when it comes to taking responsibility?
Like we are trying to improve the we are trying to increase the renewable energy.
Increase coal mining. You're trying to increase coal mining.
No. Like increase. Like if there are over 1 billion, 1.3 billion people in India, and almost like 200 to 250 million, they don't get the proper electricity supply.
You are investing in Australian coal mines to provide electricity to Indian people.
No, actually, the Australian coal mines are having a better quality coal than that of India. India have a lot of coal mines, but the better quality coal is from Australia. So
then why do you think so many environmental campaigners are against the Carmichael coal mines in Australia?
Because the coal mines, it will affect the Great Barrier Reef because due to transportation and all. And the primary
thing with the Great Barrier Reef getting affected.
No, it was actually rejected by the government, right? So
then how did you get it? How did you get it?
Like there was another problem also, like the groundwater system. It will.
And then also you are okay to have coal mine there. Then also you are okay to have coal mine there. It's affecting the groundwater.
We really justified the problem, right? By saying that their main concern was the Great Artesian Bay because the groundwater system will be destroyed and the water, like it will affect
So basically, a protest was required to make you realize all this. So I think you have to change your expert committee.
Then also you're going ahead with it.
No, like we got the approval from the government, right? Australian government.
But you only said that government has denied it.
No, regarding that transportation tunnel through the Great Barrier Reef, the government has rejected it. But regarding the coal mine, the government has accepted it because it is actually benefiting the people of Queensland also. We are providing great.
But the question is not about who is it get, like the environment is getting disturbed. Like lots of people are making profits, but on what cost? That is the issue there.
No, we have actually presented the correct plan that we do not damage the environment there. There were issues, but they were resolved.
If you make a coal mine, you know there are going to be issues, right? There are going to be emissions.
Yeah, but we cannot do anything without taking risk, right?
Risk is there, but how do you justify it? Like, how do you replace what all you are going to displace from there?
No, the only concern for them was the groundwater system, and we have ensured that nothing will happen to the groundwater system due to the coal mine.
Then why are the banks also so serious of not lending you the money?
Because they are afraid, like the people protesting, like people are protesting, and they are also afraid of the concerns. But we have actually resolved the concern, and if the bank is like, I think we are not.
They'll have an expert committee analyze on that, and after that, probably
you are bribing, you are manipulating, you are getting the whatever grievances that you're getting it clear. But what are you doing actually? I mean, do you think it's morally correct to do that?
No, there may be issues with some plans, but we have actually provided the plans to resolve those issues. We have actually cleared all those issues and problems, and the government is not giving us approval. If we do damage,
the government probably needs an expert committee to sit and analyze on this, right?
No.
As a CEO, I feel that you are not sure about what you are and what your company is, and that makes it very sad, because you have a lot of operations in Kerala. You are given a lot of opportunities, but you are just going on. You want to become the most important person because you are a protester, because people are protesting against you. So all you want is to make issues and affect the public in such a negative manner that they protest against you. Because you want the people in Australia to protest against you, then maybe we'll look at it.
No,
because then
I
you will
didn't
become the most
want
important
people
person in Australia probably. I think I'm done with her. What about the others?
Same here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now, next we have the CEO of Mahindra.
So what next for Mahindra?
What next for Mahindra? I'm pleased to meet all of you, sir. And Mahindra has always been taking customers as its core value. So,
and what about the employees? What about the employees? I mean, pandemic, I just heard you laid off 5,000 IT people. I mean, so sad.
No, that must be a false information, because currently regarding the IT people, the Tech Mahindra, that is what we are looking on to the IT people. They are providing them incentives and providing a safer workspace for them. As I mentioned during my earlier statement, that we are employing a wellness officer so that their grievances are.
How many employees do you have? How many employees do you have?
We have almost 25,000 employees.
How many wellness officers are you employing?
One wellness officer per unit. I mean, per branch.
What does he do?
Okay, so what does he do is he attends to the needs of the employee. So this incorporates a 8-stage approach, that is in the physical aspect, emotional aspect, and the occupational, spiritual, intellectual, social aspect. The wellness officer will be looking on to the all the aspects.
Will the wellness officer take care of the person who has been fired from Tech Mahindra?
Considering this grave situation at hand, we are not planning to fire any of our employees.
Are you sure? But you already fired.
Right? You already fired 5,000 people and then apologized. And the reason for firing was you are thinking automation is going to take over it.
But we are providing them upskill training. I mean, if they are being terminated from their job for a couple of time, we will provide them upskill training so that when automation takes over,
that you need not terminate, right? You can give it to your employees that are on payroll right now. Why do you need to terminate them?
I don't think we have terminated them, and Mahindra is looking.
How could you say you can't think? You do not know if people have been terminated or not. You can't think about it. You have to be certain whether it's a yes or no.
I am certain that we have not terminated our employees because Mahindra follows an employee-friendly policy.
I have read your annual report some time back for something, so you need not report it. I'm familiar with that words you use in that annual report.
Yesterday, Mahindra Group convened its annual analyst meeting.
Did I ask for that?
No, as I believe that as the CEO of our company, I should represent my brand accordingly.
This is not an advertisement. We are not offered a platform for you to advertise your company. We're just having some questions. We want answers for that. We are not here listening to what you want to promote.
Okay. But
I have a question for you. Given that automation comes in like next 10 years, so will you be okay to let go of your 10 employees because they are using costing you a lot and replace it with automatic tools?
Of course not, because as I mentioned earlier, we will never replace our employees. We are not only considered about our employees, but we are also considered about the society at large. All these values about doing good business is articulated in our business policies. If we are terminating our employees, then their families will also be devastated.
But will you do business on emotions or will you do business for profit?
Business doing according to Mahindra, doing business is like doing good business. It is what enshrined in our core values.
Do you believe that firing people is a bad business? Just because some people are fired, you mean that it is bad business? That makes
depends on the situation, because if the situation demands that they need to be fired, then
what is that situation?
That even after providing upskill training or providing certain resources, they are not rising above.
That is not firing. That is not firing. That is your that's not a layoff. Okay. No, what I mean is that, see, suppose you have a technology, a new technological intervention has come, and that is offering you a better quality and it is offering you better productivity. Why do you want to have people? I mean, let the technology replace it. Would provides greater profit, which you could invest in some other technology. So why do you have to, be stuck up on these people who can be replaced?
So our company's policy is that it's a well accepted policy that technology can never replace a human being. We are the masters of technology.
But you are in a software business. You make softwares. Softwares do exactly the same thing. They replace people. Softwares make things easy for people. That's what technology does.
And how do you think Mahindra vehicles are manufactured? Is it made by hand or?
More automation. Yes, sir.
So you need automation, right? I mean, frankly, if Mahindra is using hand, people are making it by hand, I wouldn't be able to afford buying a Mahindra car. Neither I would be very sure about its quality.
Mahindra would be switching on to an automated scenario, not in the near future, because
it is already an automated scenario.
Okay, I know I'm a little biased here because I started my career in Mahindra, so I was working in Mahindra Automotive. So I know.
Excuse me, sir, you're not.
I think he's.
The whole idea of the. Oh, I'm sorry, I got stuck. Hello.
I think we lost you for 30 seconds. Last 30.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So that's where I started my career with. So my question was, the whole automation process has already begun. If you know, I'm sure you know, as the CEO, Chakan is the largest plant that Mahindra has in India, and the whole idea of the Chakan plant was to bring in automation, which is why they wanted to let go of their prime property in Lokhandwala, so where they can probably sell it, build flats or something, so that the people. And if you go to the Lokhandwala facility, workers were standing there with hammers to hammer down machine different parts, like for example the bonnet and things like that. They machine it with hand, so it still happens in Lokhandwala. Whereas you go to Chakan, it is completely automated. You need very few actual physical hands to work there. So don't tell me that Mahindra is against automation. Mahindra has to go in for automation. The whole idea of you not laying off workers is completely alien to me. Because I've seen there with my own very eyes that people are laid off. So why are you taking the stand saying that people will not be laid off?
Because if we are adopting, I mean, switching on to automation at that aspect, the standard of living or the living conditions of the people are
do you know what is a
increased.
procedure for? Do you know what is a procedure for laying off someone?
We'll provide them with a notice prior to the laying off day, and then terminate them.
So you just put a mail like, okay, you are on notice period. You just randomly put a mail.
The incentives on the salary benefits they have acquired during that time.
So why are human resources there for?
To address the complaints that the employees have against the organization.
Just that?
Just that? Nothing to do from the company side?
Is it a complaint box?
No, not just a complaint box, but for the organization also to assess if the employees are creating some problems.
When you're saying that you are dealing with emotional well-being of the employees, when you're laying off an employee, you just don't send them a mail. I mean, that's the basic thing a CEO must also know.
Okay. I assure you that we will not be sending them mail and laying them off directly. We won't do such
And you
policies.
can't do. And there's a government rule. There's something called a term called retrenchment, in which you have to pay them 2 years of their salary. You can't just throw them away. Okay, so there is a policy there. So, and why that policy is there? Because to protect the people who are being fired. So what it means, it's a middle ground. Okay, firing people is not a great thing, but at times it is required, and you don't have to be sad about it because you're paying them. So this all argument of not firing people is irrelevant.
Okay, but I always stick to my
Okay, I have another question. See, the automotive sector is completely completely ruined by the pandemic. Obviously, the sales numbers are very low. So I'm sure your revenue has been hit heavily due to the slowdown in the economy and the whole automotive sector. So what are you going to do about it? I mean, how are you going to manage these employees? What is the way forward?
We expect that there will be a current, there will be a drop in the revenue by the start of by the end of this year or by the start of.
So your revenues did not drop last year. The whole year was pandemic.
I mean, the drastic drop in the revenue. We managed to stay on ground with the other.
How did you manage it? How did you manage it? What resources did you have? How are you paying your salaries?
Actually, our company has been established for more than 75 years, and the profit that we have got so far has helped us to stay on ground during this pandemic situation.
So you covered the entire. You please go ahead.
No, please. No. So please.
So you're telling me that you had enough reserves. You are using your cash reserves, which was garnered as your profits over these years, which you had kept in abeyance, and you use this entire amount to run the company over this past 1 year. Is that what you're saying?
Because yes, because all the businesses had come to a standstill during the pandemic situation.
I know. Is Mahindra public listed company?
It's a private company, multinational.
Is it a publicly listed company? Is it there in any stock exchange?
Yes.
So do you think that certain people from what you said, some people accidentally bought some shares of Mahindra, okay? And it is that money which keeps Mahindra running. So if you become a Mother Teresa, you start not firing people, you start taking profit you earned earlier and start distributing it to people, you start a poverty alleviation program, do you think the people who invested in your stocks will be happy?
Of course, I mean, not in such a way. Like, why should we interconnect the issues of people who invested in our stocks and?
Obviously, that is why
they
the
are your
company
shareholders.
exists.
They are shareholders.
I mean, if people don't invest in your company, if people don't invest in your company, how will you grow? How will you scale?
Of course, stakeholders to invest in our company, but the drastic effects caused by the pandemic were elevated after a couple of months. I mean, when the unlock process was going on, we started regaining our business.
Is Mahindra in a crisis mode? Is Mahindra in a crisis mode?
No, of course not.
and seems like it.
No, again, back to the stakeholders thing. So do you think that stakeholders' opinion doesn't matter? Like Mahindra can go ahead with his philosophy and stakeholders can, just be mute spectators.
We value the opinion of the stakeholders, but
you should. It's not a you value, you should value, you're bounded by that. Because if the stakeholders have wrong impression about the company, the value goes down. No one would be even ready to give you a loan.
They have accepted to be our stakeholders. Considering
exactly. I agree. Okay, I bought a share of Mahindra, and unfortunately, imagine you are the CEO of Mahindra, and if I heard this thing, I will sell my share. Someone Shreya will sell her share. Bhaskar sir will sell her share. Everyone keeps selling the share, and the share price comes down. It becomes 10 rupee. Imagine, and your company's value goes down. No bank will lend you money. No, and if you do not have bank money, Anand Mahindra is not taking money from his pocket and giving to the employees. It's the bank. It's the share price that determines the company. And you're saying that you're not bothered about it.
We value their opinions because they accepted to be our stakeholders, considering our.
If the stakeholder leaves your company, how are you going to pay the employees? You will have to send the employees off. So basically, it's a vicious cycle, what you're saying. So what you're going to do is going to build a vicious cycle, wherein you will lose your stakeholders, you will lose your employees, you will lose your company. You're the CEO of this company. Is this how you're going to react to such a scenario?
No, because I don't see that there's vicious cycle happening. Because in that scenario,
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. What is the most important document a company publishes in its in a particular financial year? What is the most important document the company publishes?
It's growth, revenue.
What is it called? There's a particular term called. It's called an annual report. It's called an annual report. An annual report is not for Anand Mahindra to sit in his house and learn. Okay, it is for the stakeholders. It is after reading those stakeholders, people make a decision about investing. So that is how important a stakeholder is to your company.
Yes, but we have promised them that their money is not going to be wasted.
Exactly. That is why they're investing. But then if you go by your own philosophy, people would take it back.
Okay,
you made a previous point saying that HR is for complaints of it's for receiving the complaints from the employees and to look out for the if there is any complaint like people are not working or something. So what is your idea of HR?
To promote the well-being of the employee, if they are not working, we'll ask why they're not working. Provide
Is that well-being?
The employee may have any emotional or physical reasons as to which he is not.
Okay, that is okay. Good. Okay, that is one aspect. Any other thing? Do you think why HR exists in a company? Apart now, you got well-being, you got complaints. Anything else?
Anything else? Basically about the employees, right?
That's a broad thing. So see, supply chain exists because you need products. Marketing exists because you have products. But can you tell something more about it? Because you made this comment, it is about complaint. So I just wanted to understand what is your feeling about it?
About what? About complaint?
About why HR exists in a company.
As I said about why HR exists in a company, because there mustn't be any issues within the organization, and then the employees must have a safe workspace to do their job, and they must not have any issues. And the HR can also keep a check on the organization if the needs of the employees are not being met.
Okay.
I don't think that's a very happy answer or a good answer. But I think with that, I'm clear that you're not very clear on your company or what an HR practices.
And more importantly, she doesn't know why a company exists.
Exactly. So I think as a CEO, you would be a gross failure for Mahindra.
You may be a good social worker, but not a CEO.
Maybe you should choose a different company. Maybe an NGO is better for you.
Our company exists for the people. So,
no, sorry. Companies doesn't exist for people.
No company exists for people. They exist for money.
money can be obtained only if people cooperate with us.
Like I said, you should go work in an NGO or some other organization.
You don't
not
have
Mahindra, probably.
It's
Not
about
in a
the
corporate.
balance. Like you can't say it's only for people. People and revenue both matter.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm also done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Due to some inconveniences, one of the participants has dropped out. Up next, we have our final contestant, CEO of Wipro.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. So how's the new CEO? I mean, not hypothetically,
nice.
the new CEO. I mean, the real new CEO of Wipro.
Yeah, it seems like so nice, and I think it was.
I didn't ask him how nice he is. Like, what is his difference? What is he bringing into the table? Because there's something different about him.
Yeah, surely. As we all are eagerly waiting for him because he's the first non-Indian to become a CEO of an Indian IT firm.
Why do you think an Indian IT firm needs a foreign CEO?
Actually, I think what matters is companies' policies or what company needs right now, or
what the company needs now.
Company needs a talented person, and which is most suited to the company and its environment and with its employees and everything.
What is that everything? And it's still a very generic answer. And talented, a lot of talented people. What exactly
does someone from outside India bring to your company that someone from within this country does not have? That's a clear question.
Because as we can see that there is an increase of 70% in stock after stepping me into this Wipro, which is seems that I have a lot of talent that other CEOs or other Indians do not have. Yeah.
So you mean that all of Indians is incompetent?
Exactly. So see, who was the CEO of Google?
Sundar Pichai.
Microsoft?
No, why did Google feel that somebody from an Indian origin can be their CEO, whereas Wipro needs someone from outside this country?
I think, sir, it's a company that matters, I think. Yeah.
So exactly, what is that extra talent that you have that you're bringing in, which Indians don't have, apparently?
Maybe marketing skills or any other things.
No, Google feels that the CEO there has got decent marketing skills.
And that's the biggest company in the world. One of the
biggest. Maybe salary.
What? So you're cheap labor. He didn't come from Bangladesh. He came from some Netherlands or something. It'll be more expensive.
India has some of the cheapest manpower in the world. You are saying that we have to bring someone from outside because it's cheaper. So what is the situation in your country, man? I would like to know how bad the scene is in your country after the pandemic. Why would you come to India and why are you a cheaper manpower?
No, sir. I think it is actually the ability or skill that matters.
Maybe she does not have the talents. Maybe they wanted someone who's cheaper, so talents, because the talents cost money. So this is a cheaper option. Probably an assistant manager in the company. We'll make the CEO because money matters. Is that why you're here? That is why you're here. Yes.
No, sir. Definitely not. Because I think that I have some skills or thing that needed company right now. Because
and what is the vision for this company? What is your vision for the company? How are you going to take this company forward? Already it's a very well performing company. So what are you going to add to it?
Yeah, I would definitely bring much more importance to marketing and elaborate.
Why do Wipro needs marketing?
Because our marketing
and who are they going to market?
Essential in every.
I'm a customer. I'm a normal customer. What are you going to market? So you're representing the CEO of Wipro. Okay. So what? Just market me. Just tell me to buy something from you. I mean, why? I mean, am I even a customer?
Sir, because Wipro didn't give any consideration or didn't compromise for quality. Yeah.
No, but I'm asking, I'm an individual. So why should I be concerned about what Wipro does? Because you are making software. I don't need a software.
Because the quality of the product and services.
I'm not using it. I'm not using a product of Wipro.
Yes, sir. So I'm trying to say that the Wipro has #1 quality and 100% assurance, and it is more customized and personalized. So yeah.
Let me
normally
ask you.
people will go
Let me ask you. Who is your customer?
Sir, customer is actually people. They are the life of every company or every foundation. They are the skeleton. And when the customers are satisfied, the company will be successful.
Our company is not your customers.
Sorry?
Our company is not your customers. Our company is not your customers. Do you know B2B, B2C, like that?
No, I don't.
Okay. So basically, Wipro is a B2B company. It deals with the business. So there's no point of marketing. But do you think it's entirely a B2B company?
Yeah,
like
I think.
What was a big what does Wipro stand for? Can you tell me how you got that name?
Actually, it was Western India Palm Refined Oil Limited when it was started, and later it expanded and it's.
So you have anything other than software? You have any other offerings apart from software?
Yes, sir. We have services and consultings and whatnot. We have so many things.
Do you have an automobile? You have an automobile company when you say whatnot? Tell me exactly what are the offerings. Tell me what exactly are the offerings.
Actually, we have hyper automation, cognitive cloud, and artificial intelligence based things.
And you, from Wipro, you use Google, right? I mean, Sundar Pichai should be really happy right now. Because the Wipro CEO, all the Wipro CEO does is do some Google.
I mean, there is a domain, right? You can say it's
no,
tech
sir.
domain.
I was actually using my phone, so there is no scope for Googling.
Achha, your phone does not have Google. You're using Apple. So Wipro has a phone now?
No,
I did not understand
sir.
your point. Did you not Google this earlier?
Yes, sir. Actually, I studied.
Yeah. Where did you study from?
Oh, yeah. That is, I picked some information from different sites.
Where did you search?
Yes, sir, from Google.
So you did Google, right? So
Yes,
Google
sir.
is a product. I mean, the Indian CEO of Google is doing a better job than you are.
Surely, sir, we will definitely extend our market to the search engine, sir.
Oh, so you're going to start a search engine?
Yeah, that was our new project.
Seriously?
In mind. Yeah.
I think you're a bad CEO.
Actually, we know that Google.
Okay, you're going
something for Google.
Fine. I like the idea. You're going to start a search engine. So what the top search engines in the world? Obviously, it's Google and Bing. So what is going to be different about your search engine?
Sir, because when we are searching for information in the Google, we do not now know the accuracy of that information nowadays because it is spam a lot. So what Wipro offering is that 100% assurance for search.
How are you going to bring assurance?
Search engine.
How are you going to bring that assurance? What is your differentiator?
Sir, that's how we will make sure that the information in the search engine is completely 100% sure.
How do you do that?
And
how do you do that? How do you do that?
Maybe I will arrange some more teams for searching for the same and
searching for the same. Where are they going to search? No, where are they going to search?
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's work.
So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So you're offering 100% accurate information in a search engine. And how are you going to validate it? You go to Google and search it and validate it.
No, sir. We have no, sir. We need to collect information from.
Where do you collect that information?
Sir, before Google comes, we have the resources like books and persons and other things. So yeah.
So do you think that books contain more? All the books in the current existence contain more information than Google has.
No,
if I'm going to search something on your search engine, somebody is going to go search for the book. They're going to read the book. Then they're going to come back and tell me.
No, sir. Actually, I'm trying to say that when I develop a search engine, when Wipro develops a search engine, we will surely go for assistance from these books and other things.
Do you think Google does not do that?
We will be given that assurance.
Do you think that Google does not do that? So Google is not looking at any books.
Sir, Google is doing that, but sometimes we can see that there is misinformation regarding the topic.
Give me one example. Give me one example.
One example, what can I say?
Obviously, you'll have to Google for an example, I guess.
No, sir, no. Definitely no. For example,
do you think Google has not thought about it, like verifying it with books? This idea didn't strike Google at all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, they did. Actually, what I'm trying to say that maybe related to some topic or related to some articles, we can see that when we search, example, when we search about a topic, we get tremendous.
Do you know the volume of data that the internet has? The volume of data. Do you think it's physically possible to go and verify the entire data? Like you are ready to invest that much manpower into it. How wise is that business decision?
I think it is wise because if people we know that we are living in a fast world, and if we have that idea that
you're talking about making the world slow.
From this, then surely go for that.
You are proposing an idea which is going to make the world slow. Because as Shreya said, the information in internet is so wide that even if you want to put some human effort and verify it, they should be slaves. Otherwise, you are not going to monetize it because no one is going to sell your product given the kind of amount you're investing on people is going to verify it. More importantly, are you going to scrap Wikipedia also down from your search engine? That's a question.
Sir, actually, Wikipedia is a self-editing platform. That's why we...
How are you going to verify that?
Yes, sir. Actually, we cannot verify it from Wikipedia. Recently I see a video about the Wikipedia founder. I don't remember. He is actually correcting the mistakes of Wikipedia in each and every time. I have seen
still it happens. Yeah.
But that is his product as well. Wikipedia's founder is editing his thing. You are telling about actually finding whether other people's data are correct or not.
No, ma'am. What I tell is like that my search engine will be 100% pure. That then I do not contain.
So what is the process? What is the process of adding a content to your search engine? How does the content come to your search engine?
Okay, that we can be divided into different ways, that facts or things that
no, not like that. A search engine becomes useful only when it has more information, right? So information should be kept on adding, then only it becomes useful, the whole search engine. How do you think, what do you propose? How do you, so what is the mechanism? I want to add a content to your search engine. How do I do it?
Probably I use the medias or furthermore reference for the same.
You want to avoid spamming by bringing in media.
No, sir, not definitely.
Your verification is going to be done through media.
Sir, not at all. We can use many references, and then after checking
I think she has something here. I mean, this is a very interesting idea. Now I get what she's after. She's looking at a platform which can manufacture information. You know, so a group of people, if she knows that persons are on their platform, if they're going to search for anything, they'll only see what she wants them to see. So it's going to be very specific. So 2 or 3 links only, and she'll say this is right. She's going to create a cult, man.
And that will be available on Google as well. Like whatever 2-3 things that you have, it will be available on Google as well.
No, actually,
But she's trying to create a cult. So these people will only listen to her. So she's going to be their global leader. So if she's going to say that somebody's going to search for COVID-19 pandemic, and what she's going to give out is COVID-19 pandemic does not exist. So all the people who are searching there will be. So that is what she's after. She's going to create this cult.
Sir, for example, when we search for number of states in the Google, currently right now, some of the site will also be listed as it is 28, including Jammu. Some of them is not updated it yet. But actually, we have 28 states and 8 union territories. So what I'm trying to say is like that our search engine will be much more accurate. So that if we get the answer, then there is no need for going down.
The problem is you want accuracy, but you are trying to solve a technological problem, not with technology. That is the major issue there.
Okay. Yeah,
So it's not
get into it.
It's not feasible for men or to handle that volume of data without technological support. Basically, nobody would even invest.
Creating a chatbot or something for managing.
And who will make the chatbot?
Yeah, we programmer, right?
How can you be sure that programmer thinks correctly?
I mean, what will a chatbot do? Chatbot is basically like it will have some replies. So you put the data and they say it's accurate or not. That.
Chatbot will
no,
verify.
ma'am. No, ma'am. As currently all of our systems working, we can test it up to 98%, I think, or 99%.
How? I mean, that's the question. How?
Yeah, who's going to verify? So I'm coming to that chat box and saying that this is my news. I'm saying COVID pandemic does not exist. Now, what will the chat box do?
Yeah, maybe it need to go into the history and need to collect the data.
And what source and from where data will be collected? Google.
How it was or how it.
No, what is the information? What is the source of that data? Against what this data will be verified?
Sir, we can collect information from Google, I think, because according to Darwin, we adapt from what we have.
Obviously,
right?
Sundar Pichai is doing a better job.
Obviously, yeah. Poor Azim Premji. He did a lot of philanthropy. He did a lot of philanthropy and he got this.
When we modify the existing things.
Okay, let me ask you something else. What is the gender diversity in Wipro? How many approximately? How many of the workforce are women?
I think 50%.
No, that's such a.
That's
okay,
like,
but
do you know or do you not know?
No, sir. Actually,
then why did you
guess.
randomly say a number?
Because I know that Wipro will definitely have 50% of women.
You know that. So do you know or do you not know?
Actually, I didn't know. I guess.
Then why did you just randomly put out a number? You think the people sitting in the panel are fools?
They'll take one. Okay,
no,
you're a boy, you're a girl. So 50, and there's a quota system for 50% men, 50% women. So that's how it works.
Were you mocking the panel? I mean, were you just randomly throwing out a number and you feel the panel might not cross-verify? The panel will believe you. You were just bluffing to the panel.
No, sir. Definitely no. Actually, I was saying that it has 50%. That's it.
No,
I do not have any intention.
That's what I asked. Do you know or do you not know? It was a very specific question.
Don't know.
Then why did you just randomly say a number and think that you will get away with it? If you did not know, you could have just said, I do not know.
Given that you're a person who wants accurate data, such bluffing
exactly
goes out.
No, ma'am, no.
This is a good reflection of the search engine that she'll probably build.
That's why nobody would.
No, sir, definitely no.
If you search for what is the gender diversity in Wipro, it'll say probably 50%.
No, sir. Actually, I think it takes time. Everything takes time. So,
it takes time, but it does not take time to bluff. And that's what you did.
The problem is not the gender diversity. The problem is the answer you gave.
Okay, ma'am. I understood.
See,
and yet you do not feel it right to apologize to the panel.
Yes, sir. That's why I said I understood my mistake.
Is that an apology? Is that how you apologize?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I understood my mistake. That is your apology. That is an apology, right?
That is a fact. No. That's a statement of fact.
No, sir. Sorry, I did a mistake.
So will a CEO apologize? Will a CEO apologize like that?
Yeah, ma'am. Why not? Because every man will commit some mistakes, na. So
why is a CEO when it came to your mind a man?
Okay. Every man will commit his problem, but
every man and every person. I mean, every person.
Is a man and a person? Is a man and a person same?
Yes, ma'am. We normally address like man, no.
See, normally we use a lot of terms.
Like parent. We when we mention about parent, it includes both mom and dad, right? So
see, parent is a gender insensitive word. Man is a masculine term. There is a woman there. You don't have a parent and
like
a parent.
If you address me as a man, I'll be really offended.
And then still you expect
actually,
to have 50% women.
I use this to say like
CEO. Okay, let me tell. You are a CEO and you are so gender insensitive, and you expect 50% gender diversity.
Actually, I'm not a gender.
Okay, let me.
And the best part is she's a woman.
Yeah.
And to add to that, she's a woman.
Sir, it doesn't matter, sir. Man
If
or
a woman
woman.
CEO
Actually,
feels so
I
gender
address
insensitive,
everyone as
think
man.
of the rest of the company then.
I mean, that is the part of the issue, right? You can't address everyone as man because everyone is not man.
Okay, I understand my mistake. Okay.
And you just now said, I think it doesn't matter it's a man or woman. Okay, I understand that you might have said in a right way, but let me just ask you. So my question actually was, the gender diversity in Wipro is around 35%, which is very, very good. So in this time pandemic, you see a lot of people going to remote working, work from home because there's no other choice. But in future, this could continue. So what, from a woman's perspective, what do you think it is good, it is bad? What is your thoughts on that about going to a fully work from home setup from a perspective of a woman?
Sir, actually, from the perspective of women, according to our system, we know that the entire thing is imposed upon the head of women. So when the work is shifted to, meaning like everything in the house, especially in Kerala. So when we shifted this work, Kerala, in the sense we had a history of this patriarchy and hierarchy, right?
So you might need to apologize to a lot of people right now.
Okay, no, ma'am. Actually, I was trying to say that when the work is shifted to.
I made a mistake.
So you mean to say patriarchy doesn't exist anywhere else in India outside Kerala?
Yes, sir. Especially yes, but I know more about.
I think she has just been in Kerala. She has just been in Kerala.
Okay, so about the work from home of women.
Did you see Great Indian Kitchen by any chance recently?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, continue.
Actually, I'm a big fan of movies, so.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. No, anyway, continue.
And we don't care.
Okay.
Exactly.
So when we shifted work from home for women into the house, there is a chance of getting the loss of concentration from the work, and there might be chance.
Okay, I get that. So what is the solution? So what do you think? Women should get back to office or stay at home?
Sir, the solution is we all need to make it in a right way, because continuous team calls and interaction.
Tell me. No. We don't have much time. I just want to know what is your idea about it. Do they continue at home or they come to office?
Actually, it has a perspective, right? When we are making the women in live at home when they are working, then it is okay. When we are arranging meeting with teammate and we are making them positive and we are making them alive, it is okay. And coming to work culture also, it is fine. So actually we need to adapt the situation we have in the best so that company need to ensure that.
See, I'm not asking you to tell me more problems. I know these problems exist. Tell me a solution to this. As a company, what you can do? You can't go and change the society. You can't smash patriarchy, as they say.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling. Like when we are increasing the bond between the teammates and when we are bringing up new things.
How do you increase a bond?
Bond like continuous interaction with the team and the colleagues.
And how do you do that?
Video conferences about the things, so that we will presentations so that we will be in touch that I will be having this, so I need to prepare for this, so I need to concentrate much more on this, like that.
I think we are done, right?
Yeah, I think I have no further questions because it's clearly I'm actually confused right now. What is it that you want with your company? I'm totally.
Actually, sir, I have
I would suggest you have some more clarity on what you want before you go out and talk about it, and have more clarity on how things work, and learn to apologize better, man. This way of apologizing,
and I feel so sorry for Azim Premji. He's such a good person. Exactly. He's donated so much of money, and he picked such a CEO. He's not going to develop the company, but going to spoil a good company.
Exactly. No, sir, definitely taking them in directions they should not be going.
Exactly.
Okay, sir. I will definitely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges and CEOs. We have now come to the end of Shipwreck. The judges will be announcing the winners in a while.
Can we discuss here? Are the participants here?
Yes, the participants have joined.
I think we should get some private time to discuss and then come to the participants.
Okay.
Maybe we can turn off our mics here and then have a call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
So guys, we'll go ahead with the result. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'll announce, get straight into it. So the third prize that we felt is right. Again, our judgment may be wrong, but this is to the best of our judgment. We would place Anu at the third place.
I guess
Thank you.
you do not.
Shreya not audible, muted. Shreya muted.
Okay. Like Anu, if you want to say anything, like you can say.
No, it was really fun participating in this event. I mean, like it was really well organized compared to the other things that I've gone with, and I had a great time attending this event. And it was such an honor to be judged by this panel of members. Thank
Flattered.
you.
Judgment is over. Judgment is over. You don't need to.
No brownie points.
Yeah.
Okay, so second goes to Vaibhavi. Is she here?
I think she's not there.
Should it join the meet?
So I think we can wait for a second or something. Can anyone notify her if she has? Yeah, she is there. I don't know if she's hearing that. Vaibhavi, if you could hear us.
You said Vaibhavi, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
Okay.
You've come in second.
No, I wasn't expecting.
So you're expecting first or what?
No.
Just kidding.
No, I was just looking through the YouTube live over and over again. I thought, no, people were laughing. My family members.
Okay.
This happens a lot. Like,
where is your house?
I basically belong to Mangalore. I'm at Mangalore right now, but
Okay,
my
so-
parents are in Ernakulam.
So 3 of us don't go to Mangalore side. Maybe. Good enough.
But please do buy Amazon Prime subscription.
Oh damn.
Competition is over, Vaibhavi.
Yeah.
You're not getting first. You're still second.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the winner of today's event, like Govind said, in our eyes, or as per our judgment, is someone who was really prepared. So basically the difference between the winner and the rest that I would like to say or highlight today is the way you're prepared for this event. So being a corporate roadies event, this particular contestant did their homework. They knew about the company, they knew about the various issues that the company faced, and they were ready to defend that company against those issues. And in some of those issues, it's very hard to defend the company. And yet that person took an initiative to defend. And for that reason, the first place today goes to Sharanya. And I hope that she's here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here. I was not, like Vaibhavi said, I was not expecting.
But you were prepared well, and that is the reason why. And yes, the entire committee felt that you are a bit arrogant in the way you performed, but we took it in a spirit of a CEO talking to us. So that's all well and good.
At some point, we felt that you were like the real Adani.
Thank you. It was actually a good experience. Like it was my first time attending a stress interview, so it was good.
I mean, I particularly like that you were not risk averted. Like you were taking some bold answers. Not playing it safe. Sometimes it works.
Thank you.
So congratulations to all the winners, and thank you for the entire organizers to have me here and the other panelists. And thank you to the other panelists. It was really fun today spending this evening with you guys.
Yeah, same way, I would like to thank the organizers, especially Diya and Saubhagya, she's not here, for calling me in. It's a great, I like this thing, though I know that it hurts people, but I like doing this thing. So thanks for giving an opportunity. And to all the people who felt that we've gone a little way ahead, this was like, we were called for doing this, we just did a job. Don't take it personally. And in fact, actually, we've been doing this for some time, and two of the people who I roasted very badly are organizing this event, and I'm very happy that they're doing it very well, because this was a very well organized event, given all the constraints that we are. And I could see two names that I roasted. I'm not revealing that names because that roast is over. I don't want to piss them again, but they're doing an amazing good job. So you people are amazing people. You've done each and every one of you have done enough homework. So it was difficult for us at some point. So you've done a great job. It's just that some days are good for others and all that. So, and it's like, don't take it personal, just ends here.
Exactly. It's nothing personal. It's just some fun. So I think all of them performed really well. You guys are finalists for a reason. So we are really happy that all of you performed well. It kept the whole thing very entertaining. It kept us in the zone. So thank you, everyone. Thanks to the participants also.
Like for me, it was like coming the whole circle. I was a participant, then organizer, now this. I can really feel your pain. I have been there. It sucks for some time, but then it becomes habitual and you start winning stuff. So take it in a good spirit. I think the first best manager I had, Bhaskar sir, was one of the panel judges. So
I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm growing old.
And I think Dia and team, like good efforts, you have organized it really well. Given that it's pandemic times and conducted online, it has additional challenges as well. So the tech was also very well supported. So keep it up.
And good to see a lot of other colleges. Like usually, these kind of events, it mostly gets restricted to GC, but we see a lot of colleges from outside. So that's a very good sign. It's very refreshing. Yeah.
I think the organizers can close the event.
Thank you, sir. Sincere gratitude for the judges for making time for us and giving us feedback. Thank you to all who participated in Corporate Roadies and our audiences. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.